tonight. Correspondent Robert Costa.
Thursday's primetime hearing will take Americans back to January 6th, when an estimated 2,000 rioters breached the Capitol building, causing the deaths of 5 police officers. Republicans, including House Leader Kevin McCarthy, have been sharply critical of the panel, calling it overtly partisan.
Federal agents have raided the Simi Valley, California home of the man accused of plotting to kill Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Police say they found 26-year-old Nicholas Roski near Kavanaugh's home in Maryland with a Glock pistol, ammunition, and zip ties. His father spoke to reporters.
Is that out of character for him?
Of course, yes. Extremely, yeah. It's a good thing.
Officials say Roski told them he was upset about the possibility of the High Court overturning Roe v. Wade. Military investigators are looking into the cause of the crash of an aircraft east of San Diego. No word yet on the fate of the 5 Marines aboard. Correspondent Jonathan Bigliotti.
What makes this aircraft unique is it does vertical takeoffs and landings. But over the past 30 years, it's also had numerous accidents and questions about its safety record.
Ukraine's president is calling for Russia to be expelled from the UN's Agriculture Agency. Volodymyr Zelensky blaming Moscow for triggering a global grain crisis by invading his country. AAA says drivers will pay an average $4.97 a gallon for regular gas today. The United Way office in Harvey County, Kansas, has switched to remote work 2 days a week. Dalton Black says the move was prompted by a coworker.
She basically said she's spending a third of her paycheck just to drive to and from work, and I want my employees to have money for expendable.
Average gas prices in Kansas today, $4.59. S&P futures up 24. This is CBS News.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 8338-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started. Rates current as of 12/12/21. Call for consultation and conditions. Equal housing limited license 56 and license for access. Over 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-711-6818 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. 800-711-6818.
The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety is working on a solution to speeding.
First, they narrowed the lanes on a stretch of Maryland roadway. They gave people feedback on their speed and warned them police would be watching. Institute Vice President Jessica Cicchino says it had an impact.
We saw that speeds dropped by 9%. The odds that someone was speeding dropped by 78% during the program.
Cicchino says it also shows if authorities make a concerted effort, they can get people to slow down. Jeff Gilbert, CBS News, Detroit.
The Foo Fighters will honor Taylor Hawkins with a pair of concerts. One show will be held September 3rd at Wembley Stadium in London, the second at the Kia Forum in LA on September 27th. Tickets go on sale a week from tomorrow. 50-year-old Hawkins found dead in his hotel room in Bogota in March. Toxicology report found opioids. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
From the Rustic Furniture Outlet at American Oak and Moore.
We have some great news. We're building a new warehouse.
Yes, but bad news is we have over $1 million worth of inventory.
New tradition.
That's over 4,000 people.
Hey, Captain, what are you going to do?
We're going to have a huge warehouse sale. I would rather discount it and sell it than move it.
For the first time ever, we will be giving an additional discount on over 4,000 items in the Rustic Outlet.
Don't let it pass you by.
Come save big and help us get it gone. This is Tracy Wolf from American. This is a special invitation to our 28th anniversary sale going on now. For a limited time, everything in Rustic stores, in-store catalog, and special orders is 50% off the top tag price. It's a free financing available. Hurry, sale ends soon. Mattress accessories and
I've been saying for almost 30 years.
Oh, yeah. Y'all working today?
Mo running for office yet again.
How long's he been running?
Mo's been running for something since 1982.
That's 40 years.
Pretty good career for a politician. Yep, been in office for so long, even Trump is sick of it. Now, if you thought Mo's attacks on President Trump were bad, you should check out his record on Twitter. Bad? Let's just say he's got a long career with a lot of taxes.
Property taxes.
Mo wanted to raise them. Mo's wanted to increase the sales tax too.
Income taxes.
Mo's voted to raise income taxes. In Congress, Mo even voted against the Bush tax cut. Twice. Yep, twice. Prices are up just about everywhere. Sending Mo to the Senate would make things even worse.
Mo Brooks? More like Mo taxes.
You said it. Alabama Rhino Tax is responsible for the content of his advertising. Paid for by the Alabama Rhino Pack and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AlabamaRhino.com.
Yeah, it's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing Dr. Alderson and the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Stacking Benjamins with Joe and his good friend OG not only has great financial insight, it's laid back with humor too.
Joe and his gang.
It probably means you are going to have to cut out one of those more discretionary big things because you're still buying gas. You're still buying groceries. Those things that are, we maybe buy 1 gallon less milk and for the most
Water
part,
it down, drink half of it, and then fill it back with
who
water.
doesn't do that? There's like 1% milk and 2% milk. I grew up with 0.25% milk.
Stacking Benjamins. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres.
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Some early morning showers and storms today, but most of us are entirely dry for the rest of the day. Highs in the low 90s, otherwise skies partly cloudy. It will be humid. It will feel like the mid-90s. Upper 60s to around 70 tonight, partly cloudy and partly cloudy for Friday. Highs in the low 90s again, and some late day showers and storms, especially the western half of Alabama. That's possible, and some scattered showers and storms also possible Saturday with highs in the upper 80s. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, we are looking good. Your Thursday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Nothing's being reported by the authorities to send you on an alternate route. Keep listening. We will keep you posted. New Toyotas are arriving daily at Reinhardt Toyota on the East Boulevard. You can also see their entire inventory and shop online at ReinhardtToyota.com. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes? But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pros.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Thursday. In Washington, the House passed new gun control legislation. The Protecting Our Kids Act was passed along party lines. It would raise the minimum age to buy certain semi-automatic rifles from 18 to 21. The act won't likely pass in the Senate, but a bipartisan group of senators has been meeting to find common ground. The U.S. Attorney General is now investigating state and local police after that deadly mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas. A team of 9 will include members of the Department of Justice, an FBI official, and former police chiefs. Police say an 18-year-old gunman killed 19 elementary school students and 2 teachers inside the school. Local police were criticized for their delayed response. Now the latest on gas prices. They continue to hit record numbers. AAA reported the current national average $4.95 a gallon, up 4 cents. in a day and 28 cents in the last week. The average in Alabama, $4.59 a gallon, up 2 cents in 24 hours and 26 cents.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare. And that's MediShare. You get both. A typical family saves $500 a month switching to MediShare. And that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. It's because MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge PPO network. So yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. If you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51.
Hey, Montgomery, Prattville, Matt Parsley here with Budget Car and Truck Sales. That's right, $49 down to deliver. Shop over 300 late model light used cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, convertible sports cars, America's finest. Starting with prices of $6,900 and $49 down delivery. Yep, think your credit report's a little messy? Been told no in the past? Bankruptcy, medical bills, or even a foreclosure. Budget treats everyone with privacy and respect for all credit situations. I work with the banks and the lenders that understand your past and know you're more than just a number. You're number one to me. This special relationship allows us 100% credit approval gold. That's right, 100% credit approval gold. Get absolute top dollar for your car. We'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. No trade-in required. Oh, did I say $49 down delivery? Budget Car and Truck Sale, 61 Mendell Parkway, Montgomery, 508 BuyBudgetOnline.com. That's BuyBudgetOnline.com.
Jeff Franco with Chappie's Deli. Mike, listen.
Hi, Mike Costanza with Chappie's Deli. Jeff, what is that?
It's the Chappie's Deli Grill. Let's do a commercial about grilled onions.
Grilled onions? Oh, yeah. People will be knocking the doors down to come in for that.
It's psychology, Gramps. It's a subtle message that tells a story.
Jeff, we can't do a Chappie's Deli commercial only about grilled onions.
Mike, it tells everyone two things. Number one, we cook on real grills at Chappie's Deli. No better flavor.
You will find a grill master at each Chappie's. Big difference between a Chappie's Deli grilled Reuben versus a microwave or steamed.
And number two, where else can you get grilled onions on a sandwich?
Yep, that's what Chappie's Deli is all about. You want something special? Just ask. So come to Chappie's Deli, Perry Hill, Peppertree, Prattville, Baptist South Towers in Auburn for some psychology.
No.
Oh yeah, the onions.
No, Gramps, the grill. The grill.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine. This hour of our show being brought to you by J.L. Lane Trucking and Auto. Go to jllanetruckingandauto.com for all of your pre-loved automobile purchases. I'll tell you more later. And again, good morning, everybody. I'm Kevin Elkins. It is time for our Daily Bread. A word from on high, a word that will change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning to you. It is June the 9th, 2022 AD. Our scriptural insight today comes from Mark 7, 6 through 13. Today's title is Rejecting Rationalization. Today's scripture insight, Mark 7 and 8 says, you have let go of the commands of God and are holding on to human traditions. I think he's talking about us. Good morning to you. And again, it is June the 9th, 2022 AD. It is a day that has never been. I don't know many things, but I know this day won't ever come again. It is a once in a lifetime deal. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done this day. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be glad of what you have done on this day, June the 9th, 2022. If you have lived a while, like some of us have, we've seen, we've heard many, many yesterdays. And we know that if we are blessed and given the grace of God and a lot of mercy thrown in, we know that we may, we're not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should not be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? Well, whatever you do, reach back and give somebody else a helping hand for as long as you can, while you can, for whom you can, until you can't. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well that no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard by which you live your life. You shall always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a few things. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. My mother said, put one foot in front of the other. Keep moving forward. You're never a failure until you quit. Give out if you must. Rest if you can. But you never give up. Because quitters don't win. And winners, they don't quit. Good morning to you, Montgomery. It's time to rise and shine. It's a great day to be alive.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading titled Rejecting Rationalization was written by Tim Gustafson. An Atlanta police officer asked a driver if she knew why he had stopped her. No idea, she said in bewilderment. Ma'am, you were texting while driving, the officer gently told her. No, she protested, holding up her cell phone as evidence. It's an email. Using a cell phone to send an email doesn't grant us a loophole from a law that prohibits texting while driving. The point of the law isn't to prevent texting, it's to prevent distracted driving. Jesus accused the religious leaders of his day of creating far worse loopholes, saying in Mark chapter 7, "You have a fine way of setting aside the commands of God." He said, quoting the command to honor your father and mother as evidence. Under the hypocritical cloak of religious devotion, these wealthy leaders were neglecting their families. They simply declared their money as devoted to God, and voila, no need to help mom and dad in their old age. Jesus quickly got to the heart of the problem. You nullify the word of God by your tradition, he said. They weren't honoring God, they were dishonoring their parents. Rationalization can be so subtle. With it, we avoid responsibilities, explain away selfish behavior, and reject God's direct commands. If that describes our behavior, we're merely deceiving ourselves. Jesus offers us the opportunity to exchange our selfish tendencies for the guidance of the Spirit behind his Father's good instructions. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Mark chapter 7, verses 6 through 13. He replied, Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you hypocrites, as it is written, "These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are merely human rules. You have let go of the commands of God and are holding on to human traditions." And he continued, "You have a fine way of setting aside the commands of God in order to observe your own traditions. For Moses said, honor your father and mother, and anyone who curses their father or mother is to be put to death. But you say that if anyone declares that what might have been used to help their father or mother is Corban, that is, devoted to God, then you no longer let them do anything for their father or mother. Thus, you nullify the word of God by your tradition that you have handed down, and you do many things like that. Let's pray. Father, we need your wise discernment. Rescue us from our own denial and guilt. Help us to resist the tendency to rationalize the things we do that are selfishly motivated, and help us to step in your spirit of love, truth, and holiness. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening. I'm Stephen, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Oh, T. Who? Airborne. Time to rise and shine. All the way, gotta be rough and tough, airborne, every day, we run to the sun, no sweat, out of yet, down in the mess hall on my knees, oh, it's time to rise and shine if you can. Nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. You know darn well that you can't eat that. Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne all the way. When I was young, I always wanted in the 82nd Airborne, knees in the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. All the way airborne, all the way driving on. All the way airborne, all the way driving on. Early one morning in the drizzling rain. Well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light. Come on now. All the way. Driving on. All the way airborne, all the way. All right, stop, repeat, T. Let's hit it. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough, airborne, all the way. All right, who's calling cadence this morning? Somebody get the sergeant major, the first sergeant. Tomorrow I let them off, but not today, okay? Somebody get the mayor, tell them get out here too and run with us. We got to get this done. All right, Sergeant Smith, handle this. Run some more. Run a little, run some more. When your left foot off the ground. When your left foot strikes the ground. I want to hear what clapping sound. Let me hear that clapping sound. And I'm airborne all the way. Every day. Come on. Gonna run to Hollywood. Looking good. All right. Dynamite. Everybody. Sound off. Everybody. Let me hear you. In the rear. Keep it tight. In the middle. Dress it right. Woo! This PT's pretty good. 80 deuce. Airborne. Lean and mean. Rough and tough. Hey you. How you feel? Feeling good. All right. Woo! Out of sight. Feeling good. Motivated. Dedicated. Gonna be airborne. Wanna be airborne. Woo! Okay. Woo! I'm sure I'm glad tomorrow's Friday because this PT's getting to me every morning. All right then. And now we pay homage to all of our armed forces: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. And don't forget the Space Force and the Merchant Marines and the Montgomery Police Department, the Montgomery Fire Department, Montgomery Sheriff Department. Anybody else? The Merchant Marines. Anybody else? I lose. Oh, hey. And the Montgomery Sanitation Department, who are always up before I am working already. I'm feeling guilty sometimes when I'm coming down the road. Oh, yeah, and one more, and to those 2 police officers on Crampton Bowl, they keep looking for me to speed every morning. Y'all might well go look someplace else. I'm telling you, I'm listening to Luther Vandross. I'm not speeding. So y'all might just get on somebody else, okay? I know you're waiting for a brother to come through there. All right, but I'm not. I'm slowing down. All right, then. Anyway, good morning to you. Good morning, Maxwell and Gunner. It's time to rise and shine. You are a part of the military, even though you guys do get to fly the Top Gun jets and all that kind of stuff. You know, but hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I couldn't do that job. I just couldn't do it. Wasn't smart enough. Okay, I admit it. There's something I wasn't smart enough to do, and flying them airplanes was one of them. All right, then. It's tough enough jumping out of them, not flying them. But I would like somebody to bring back the 141. Let me see one more time. Come on, man. I don't want to see it on the internet. I want to see it in person so I can go there and reminisce. Okay, I'll settle for a 120 or 133. I mean, 123 or 130, whatever. Or C5A. I can handle that too. But let me see something, man, from my younger days. And this song is dedicated to all the people who go in when everybody else is running out. Airborne. They're known as jarheads. Their motto is Semper Fidelis, but they cut it short because they couldn't pronounce all that to Semper Fi. But whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it all means the same thing. Always. Not sometimes. Not Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Always faithful. The United States Marine Corps. I should have been one, you know. That's a long story. I want to go there. And last but certainly not least, the United States Army. They say ARMY stands for ain't ready to be Marines yet. Well, we can have that conversation some other time. The United States Army, home of some of the most storied units in the U.S. military. The home of the 82nd Airborne, 18th Airborne Corps, the 173rd Airborne Division. There's more. Fort Bragg, Fort Lewis, Fort Leonard Wood, Fort Dix, New Jersey. There's more. Can't think of all of them at one time. We got a lot of them. Fort Rucker, Alabama. Oh, yeah. Fort McClellan, Alabama. Is that still around? Okay, I don't think so. Anyway, either way it goes, it's a good day to be alive. I'm feeling pretty good. As you can tell, you can tell, like most mornings, I'm kind of motivated. I mean, there are some mornings, but I'm a professional, so you don't know that I may with my hot chocolate. Okay. I know. Why do I need hot chocolate when it's like hot outside? I don't have a clue. It's not so hot in the studio that I got to tell you. It's kind of cool in here. Somebody forgot I was a black man and turned down the air conditioning. I mean, I don't want to be hot, but I don't need to be freezing in the middle of the summertime here. But I'm not going to complain. Okay, I've already complained. But somebody's got to remember there's a black man in here. So please turn up the air conditioning. We don't need to be freezing in here. My lineage is from Africa, someplace over there where the sun always shines. Ain't got no trees, but they got some sun. Okay, they got some trees over there in the. I'm thinking about the Mideast again. Anyway, good morning to you. Which they say is the home of civilization. I don't know if I buy that or not, but I don't have any. How did my man put it? Donald put it. I don't have any empirical evidence that I'm right, so I'm just going to leave that one alone. A lot of things happening in the world, right? A lot of things happening in the world. But first of all, let me tell you about my good friends at JL Lane Auto and Truck, Truck and Auto Company, okay? If you're looking for a new car, an SUV for yourself as a graduation present, or for whatever reason you need one. The one you got been serving you well, but cars, like everything else, they got a time limit. They got an expiration date on it. And it may be time for you to give old Sally up and wash her one more time and say goodbye to her and go over to JL Lane Truck and Auto and see about getting a new one. Now, they're located on 208 Gun Street, 208 Gun. But listen, you don't even have to go over there in order to look at the cars. All you need to go to their website, jllanetruckandauto.com, and you can look at all the inventory they have. You don't even have to leave your house. You can do it in your birthday suit while you're in the bathroom, taking care of business, taking a shower, whatever you're doing. Look on your phone. You can find them. This is all one word now, JL Lane Truck and Auto. And you check the inventory out, and they got a beautiful Lexus over there. At least I think it's still over there. I'm not sure. It was over there yesterday. But yeah, they'll make you a good deal. And don't worry about your credit. Don't worry about paying, because it's one of those places where you buy here, you pay here, and life is good. Okay, now you do gotta have a little money. I'm just saying, not a whole lot though. They treat you right. They really will. Great people over there, Mr. Jim Lane and Kathy and Steve and all the folks over there. We're good friends now. That's right. We're good friends, and we're gonna be better friends if you guys get over there and buy some cars, so I can make sure that they know that their money is and make sure that their money is being well spent. And I'm letting all my friends know one of the best car dealerships, used car dealerships in town. Okay, they treat you right. They really do. And good folks. They're understanding. Just go by and see them or call them. 272-4313. That's 272-4313, and ask for Steve. Okay, Steve. That was my man voice right there. Anyway, good morning to you. Oh, I'll tell you, I'm feeling pretty good. It's 6:33 in the morning. If you got to be there by 7 o'clock, you still got a while to get there. We got a few things to think about today. Now, I don't know who's coming today, if anybody's coming at all. I don't really know. My electronic secretary sometimes works and sometimes she doesn't. Okay, sometimes she works and sometimes she doesn't. Anyway, let's see what else is going on. All right. Oh, I gotta take a break. Okay, because lessons of life, the things that my lessons of life are normally for millennials. Okay, really. I mean, because they lost. They just don't know what the world's going on. They think the world is supposed to look the way they want it to look, as opposed to the way it is. Okay. It seems that they passed some symbolic gun control yesterday, but it doesn't mean anything because Senate ain't gonna pass that stuff. Okay, I'm just saying. And I don't know what difference it makes 18, 19, 20, 21 years old to buy a gun. If somebody 18 years old wants a gun, they can get one. I'm just, it's like cigarettes and marijuana. I mean, listen, cocaine is illegal. We can get cocaine all day long. Not me, of course, because I haven't tried it. Thought about it once, but people be crazy on that stuff. And marijuana, that's so bad we had to legalize it. And it was legal too for a long time, illegal. So, bad people who are intent on doing bad things will do those. Our job is to make the punishment so bad that the next fool don't want to try it. And I got the cure for it. Oh yeah, I got the cure for it. I do. I'll tell you that when we come back. I know how to stop some of this. Okay, I do. Anyway, got to take a break. For all my millennial friends on this one, if there's any millennials listening, they still sleep.
Maybe stop by leaving your parents home, but maybe we're just wrong. Criticism isn't easy for their ears. They feel like they know most everything.
Weather for
Ain't that the truth?
News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Indeed.com. Pool season is here, but open
Gotta be millennial.
Makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed. Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Some early morning showers and storms today, but most of us are entirely dry for the rest of the day. Highs in the low 90s, otherwise skies partly cloudy. It will be humid. It will feel like the mid-90s. Upper 60s to around 70 tonight, partly cloudy. Partly cloudy for Friday. Highs in the low 90s again, and some late day showers and storms, especially the western half of Alabama. That's possible, and some scattered showers and storms also possible Saturday with highs in the upper 80s. That's your personal forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. Is better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, the good news continues. Still no major problems or accidents have been reported to send anyone on an alternate route. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted for the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Summertime fun begins at Midtown Plaza. Have your eyebrows threaded and seat ready. Shop Ross Dress for Less, $3 and $4, Midtown Plaza and Street off of I-85, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Baker
You love
Delay.
your car, yes. But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pros.
The ravenous Call of Duty community was overjoyed this week as Activision announced the release date of the upcoming title Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 to be October 28th. This will be the only Call of Duty game for the next 2 years, something that hasn't happened in over a decade. This dramatically impacts the Call of Duty League as it finally allows the league to find a level of consistent structure for more than 12 months. It'll be interesting to see what changes develop as a result.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, to be the largest timeshare company in federal court, and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333.
When it's time to get a new vehicle, Larry Puckett Chevrolet is the best place to find your new Chevy or a great used car. New cars, SUVs, and trucks are being delivered daily, and Larry Puckett has their largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in over a year. Check them out online at LarryPuckett.com or visit them on Cobbs Ford Road in Prattville. And if you have an extra vehicle, bring it in for an instant cash offer. Whether you're selling or trading, your vehicle will never be worth more. Larry Puckett Chevrolet, where the customers do the talking.
Being here with Just Blinds in Prattville, I want to keep you from experiencing the disappointment of buying your next blinds or shades from one of those big box stores, or even worse, from one of those internet companies with lots of empty promises and cheap products made outside of the USA. Just Blinds is committed to delivering the best in American-made window treatments and the latest in motorization and smart home options. Don't be disappointed. Visit Just Blinds showroom in Prattville today or online at gojustblinds.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you can choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare. And that's MediShare. You get both. The typical family saves $500 a month switching to MediShare. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. It's because MediShare
There we go.
has been around for more than a quarter
Much
century,
better.
and
Much
MediShare
better.
more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth, having
Much better.
network. So yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. If you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, you just want a plan you're happy with. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing Dr. Alderson and other providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I've been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic.
Yeah, I hear you.
There were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to Montgomery Men's Health.
Hey, Sean Hannity here, and now you can hear me live every afternoon. It all starts at 2, and it's all happening right here on News Radio 1440.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, 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 There he sits inside the local coffee shop, in 30 we will be a millionaire.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be a millionaire by the time he's 30 because he don't have a job, but you know, he gonna sit there in Starbucks and think about it. That's gonna just bring the money down. Watching too much sci-fi. Anyway, good morning to you. I'm dedicating this show to millennials because they do say some of the craziest things. I don't know where and my son's one of them folks. You know, I mean, my son is a millennial. He just think that, you know, that's the way life is sometimes. But reality sits in for a while. If you're out here humping on these streets, reality sets in and it brings you to a place of reality when you get out there. Okay. Yeah. And the best way, from what I can see, the best way to get a taste of reality is get a job working for somebody else. See? Now, one of my callers said that, well, these folks want their own business, which is good. It's good to want to be an entrepreneur. It's good. But you got to bring something to the table, man. You just can't want a business and think that it's going to happen. I mean, that happens on TV, but that don't really happen in real life. Okay, you can't just. And even if you do start a business tomorrow, you think you're gonna be rich? Oh no. And you think that. And here's another thing. You believe because you got a great idea, you go down to the bank and get some money for your business. You really believe that. Now, first of all, they're gonna think that you're smoking something. Mr. Elkins, what's your credit rating? Oh, last time I checked was like $4.99. Okay. How much you need to borrow? About $25,000. Okay. You got any collateral? Well, I got my car outside. Is it paid for? No. You got a house? No, not yet. I'm worried. That's why I'm getting this business for, so I can get a house. Okay. You got anybody to co-sign with you? Oh no, my credit too bad. Well, nobody co-sign with me. Okay. All right then. So why do you think that we should give you money? Because I got a great idea. Okay. Has anybody ever done this type of business before? Oh no, this is the first of its kind. Okay. All right then. Well, listen. You come back and see me in about 5 years or so, and if you're still in business by then, we may consider you for a small loan. Okay. I mean that's your first. That is your first indication that reality has set in. Okay. Now here's one thing about the credit people that I don't quite get. When you're young and you need a hand, you can't get a hand. And then when you're old, they want to give you too much hand. I'm so tired of getting credit cards in the mail. I mean, I had 27 and then I threw some away and now I'm back up to 27. Okay, they keep sending them to me. Keep sending them to me. Did I tell you about the card they sent me that was metal? Oh yeah. Metal, black card, metal, $500,000 credit limit. Now, they are lucky that I'm older now and I know having somebody else's money is not your money. Okay? And you still got to pay it back. So, I looked at that card. I'm getting to my thing here. Okay, I'll tell you about that card later on. Anyway, never mind. I'll get to that. What I did with my $500,000 credit card limit. I'll tell you what I did with it. Now, the word of the day is Perry. P-A-R-R-Y. Now, Perry is, Perry, it means to evade something such as a question by a clever answer. Like this. Miss Ivy, are you going to rescind the perpetuitous tax? Well, sugar, now you know that the people of Alabama need that money. Now, I personally would rescind it tomorrow if I had to. But you know, the people of Alabama need that money. Okay, but did you answer my question? That's not such a great question, Sue. That's just not a great question. Because you know the people of Alabama need that money. Okay, so that's what a parry is. To evade something by an adroit answer. Okay? In other words, you get asked a question and you figure 10 ways to not answer the question. Move right along. Parry. So the next time a politician comes on, I'm going to say, now we don't want to descend this into parries. Okay, we don't want to do that. Now they won't know what I'm talking about, but you will know what I'm talking about when I have them demonstrate what I'm talking about. All right? Now, here are the lessons of life this morning. Now, this is a good one. This is really a good one. This is one of mine. One I came up with because this is, I mean, my brain is so filled with stuff sometimes. I don't even know if I have enough brain in there to put it all. But that's okay. I'll do the best I can. Sometimes I got overflow. Okay? Lessons of life for the 9th day of June, 2022. If you have never loved someone more than you have loved yourself, you have missed the reason for the journey to earth. I just want you to think about it for a second. If you have never loved someone more than you have loved yourself, you have missed the reason for the journey to earth. Okay, I'm just saying. You might want to put that in the back of your mind and see one of your egotistical friends or and tell them that. Okay, because the journey to earth is about not you. It's about what we do for others. Okay, I just want to let you know that. It is June the 9th. It is the 160th day. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we started with 365. Now we're down to 205 days left in this year. On June the 9th, 1969, the Senate confirmed Warren Burger to be the new Chief Justice of the United States, succeeding Earl Warren. Okay? Warren Burger traded for Earl Warren. Yeah, I mean, Earl Warren traded for Warren Burger. That's kind of ironic. 1588, construction began on the present-day Rialto Bridge in Venice, Italy. While laying the first stone, the structure was completed in 1591. Arthur Charles Dickens died in 1870 on this day. In 1940, during the Second World War, Norway decided to surrender to the Nazis, effective at midnight. In 1943, Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed the Current Tax Payment Act of 1943, which reintroduced federal income tax withholding from paychecks. That's right. That's when the government thought they should see your money before you do. Okay, so they get a piece of your money before you do. 1954, during the Senate Army McCarthy hearings, Army Special Counsel Joseph N. Welch berated Senator Joseph McCarthy, a Republican from Wisconsin, asking, "Have you no sense of decency, sir? At long last, you left no sense of decency." What that means, I'd have to go back and listen to that speech. He lost me on that. In 1972, heavy rains triggered record flooding in Black Hills of South Dakota. The resulting disaster left 238 people dead and a $164 million damage bill. 1973, Secretariat won the Belmont Stakes, becoming horse racing's first Triple Crown winner in 25 years. I remember that. I don't remember that, but 73, I was like 12, 13, somewhere around there. 1978, leaders of the Church of Christ of Latter-day Saints, struck down a 148-year-old policy excluding black men from the Mormon priesthood. Now, I never have understood that. Now, I thought the Mormons were good folks, and they are good folks too. I like them. But again, why did it take them 148 years? I don't get that one. And one of the things I was wondering the other night. Okay, I don't want to get off. No, I'll get back to that later. In 1980, comedian Richard Pryor suffered almost fatal burns in his San Fernando Valley, California home while freebasing the Cocoa. Okay. 1983, Britain's Conservative, led by Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, won a decisive election victory. Now, of all the women leaders in the world, because I don't go for that women leadership thing, but Margaret Thatcher and Miss Burner, got to mention her. She's a leader of Cuba. Don't want to leave that one out. No. Anyway, but Margaret Thatcher was a hell of a leader. Okay, was a hell of a leader. Her and Ronald, they got along good. 2004, the body of Ronald Reagan arrived in Washington to lie in state in the U.S. Capitol Rotunda before the 40th president's funeral. In 2008, retail gas prices rose above $4 a gallon. We've been there for a while. And 11 years ago, the entire top echelon of Newt Gingrich's presidential campaign resigned in a mass exodus after exodus that left his bid for the Republican nominations in tatters. The former House Speaker vowed defiantly to remain a candidate. Gingrich would remain in the race until May 2012. Alabama passed a tough law against illegal immigration, like that does some good, requiring schools to find out if students were in the country lawfully and making it a crime to knowingly give illegal immigrants a ride. Now, I think that's okay. So that's not very good. I mean, we give a brother a ride, you know. I mean, the federal courts did block that. I mean, I don't want, wait a minute, come on, you got to give a brother a ride. Now, come on now, you don't put me in jail for giving a fellow human being a ride. All right. 6 years ago, President Barack Obama endorsed Hillary Clinton to succeed him and urged Democrats in a web video lineup to get behind her. They did. Now they're way behind her. 2 years ago, hundreds of mourners packed a Houston church for the funeral of George Floyd, a black man whose death during a Minneapolis arrest inspired a worldwide reckoning over racial injustice. I'm sorry, that wasn't what that was about, but we'll get that later on. Voting machines in a primary election plagued by hours-long lines, voting machine malfunction, and provisional ballot shortages, Georgia Democrats chose John Ossoff to face Republican Senator David Perdue in November. Perdue finished 88,000 votes ahead of Ossoff in November, forcing a January runoff, which was won by Ossoff because they had a few extra months to cheat. And that's what that was all about. How you gonna win by 88,000 and then lose it? Come on, we know what happened over there. They cheated. Forcing a January runoff won by Ossoff. The Senate unanimously confirmed General Charles Brown Jr. as Chief of Staff of the U.S. Air Force, making him the first black officer to lead one of the nation's military services. The Paramount Network said it had dropped a long-running series called Cops after 33 seasons on the air. Now, there's certain birthdays today that really not a big deal. The only big deal to me is May 16th. That's good. But Jackie Mason is 93. Media analyst Marvin Cab is 91. Former baseball manager and player Bill Verdon is 90. Sports commentator Dick Vitale is 82. Author Lenny Cohen is 82. Rock musician Mick Box from Uriah Heep, never heard of him, is 74. Retired baseball player Dave Parker is 70. Film composer James Newton Howard is 70. Who else? Michael J. Fox is 60. Writer producer Aaron Sorkin is 60. Johnny Depp, after winning against that old girl the other day, is 58. Gloria Rubin is 57. Gospel singer actress Tamala Mann is 55. Rock musician Dean Felder, Hootie and the Blowfish, is 54. Rock musician Dean Dining is 54. Musician Ed Simon is 51. And Keisha Sharp is 48. Bluegrass musician Jamie Daly and Vincent is 46. And Michaela Collin is 43. And actor Natalie Portman is 40. Actor Mae Whitman is 33. And actor Lucien LaViscount, or something close to that, is 29 years old. And those are some of the birthdays. Now, if you got a birthday in Montgomery, Alabama, feel free to come up and we'll wish you happy birthday. Call up, or you want to wish you happy birthday, whatever the case may be. Okay, I'm just saying, because I can't keep up with everybody's birthday. Now, here's a little story. Now, R. Kelly, R. Kelly, they say he should get 25 years in prison. I don't know if he should get 25 years in prison, but I do know, R. Kelly was the man. I mean, every music thing R. Kelly put out, but R stood for restricted. Because Kelly liked them young girls. And I never have figured that out. I couldn't stand young girls when I was young. He put out a song he's best known for. I believe I can fly. Well, that belief's gonna be daunted in a minute when you get to prison. And the guy said he deserves at least 25 years behind bars for sexually abusing women and girls. Prosecutors said in a memo filed Wednesday in advance of the sentencing later this month. A New York jury found Kelly guilty of racketeering in multiple other counts last year in a sex trafficking trial that is seen as a signature moment for the Me Too movement. Now, prosecutors allege that the entourage of managers and aides who helped Kelly meet girls and keep them obedient amounted to a criminal enterprise. Okay, then, probably so. And one more story before I take off my break. Here's a judge that throws out a $4 million award for a transgender student. Now, I don't know how many times, am I the only person in America say there is no such thing as transgender? I realize politically it sounds nice. You know, it sounds like you actually can come from one gender to another. I mean, it sounds good. I mean, politically, hey, I'm a transgender. I know I'm a girl, but I feel like I'm a guy. I gotta ask you, well, what's the indication? What is the indicator whether or not you're a male or female? Anybody know? Okay. Well, check that indicator. Look down there, see what's down there, and if it ain't swinging, then you're not a guy. I'm just trying to say. Anyway, Kansas City just thrown a $4.2 million jury award in a lawsuit filed by a transgender student in Blue Springs school district who denied access to the male locker rooms and bathrooms. So this was a girl who thought she was a guy. Now, see, that part I don't really get. I can kind of understand why guys think they may be girls. They got a little feminine mystique about them. You know, they like walking and talking and switching when they walk. I get. But a girl, I mean, come on. I mean, why? That one psychologically doesn't make sense to me because, I mean, who want to be a guy? They wasn't a guy. And who want to be a woman? Now, if I'm a woman, I'm getting mad at every guy that calls himself a woman because if he ain't going through that month thing every month, yeah, you're not a woman. I don't care what you say, you're not a woman unless you go through some of that. Oh yeah, my other guest is here. All right, I gotta run. We'll be back. All you transgenders out there, we'll be back. Maybe I'll be turning into something else while I'm doing the break, and I'll come back as Elkina. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, we'll be back.
Hello. This is the mayor of the airways.
How you doing, Mr. But that's what they call me anyway. But you know, I don't have no authority.
And this is Johnny.
John, how you doing, sir?
Johnny.
Ain't Johnny a derivative of John?
Did they ever call you John?
I've been called John. Middle name's Max. You call him Max.
Okay, Max is good. Well, sit down there, Max.
Johnny has graduated the program and is working, but his prior story was he was homeless.
Commissioner,
inside the school. Local police.
You shot a cow yesterday?
Now the latest on gas.
Identified as a deer. Okay, well, you got either laughing or you're crying. Come on, right this way. Yeah. I got Mr. Bowman up here from Hope Inspired Ministries till about 8 o'clock. Okay, Commissioner Singleton just have okay. But you know, you can come up here next time if you want.
I'm Deborah
Rodriguez.
We just learned a military
I gotta get my guests straight out
crash
here.
in the California desert was deadly.
Yeah, well, about 8:15.
McCormick has details on this new development.
Right.
4 of the 5 Marines on this Osprey were killed. It went down yesterday in a remote area more than 100 miles from San Diego.
That's the problem with helicopters.
The Marines were based at Camp Pendleton.
You get on them?
This is an aircraft that takes off
Unlike
from flies vertically like a helicopter,
Everything
flies
flies
like a
a
plane.
bit,
Military
Chopper
investigation
just
is
going
underway
down,
into the
baby.
cause of the
I was always scared doing those
Lawmakers
things.
investigating the January
You know,
6th
they
attack will hold a
what do you
hearing
call
on
auto glide
primetime
down or
TV
Your
tonight.
planes can,
They
but
say
not-
what
Well,
we've
the
seen
helicopter's
and heard
got
so
a,
far
what
is
do you call
just the beginning.
auto-rotation. They
Our
got to do it
respondent
quick
Scott
now.
McFarland.
CBS News is
Yeah.
committee has deployed a series of investigative
I jumped out of the
teams.
Chinook
A
in the
gold
U.S.
team focused on Trump's
That's what I
leadership
loved
group.
about being a
A blue
paratrooper
team
because
focused on
you just
security
had to get
failures.
up.
The purple
You didn't have to
team
worry
on
about coming
domestic
back down.
violent
And all
extremism
accidents
that
happen
involves
either
social
when you
media.
take it
A
off
green team
or land.
following money trails, and a red team investigating
All that we had to do is get up in the air, brother, and we
Democrats
gone
in the
after that.
House passed new gun
Unless
control
the shoes didn't open,
legislation.
you
You never hurt
Hours
yourself
after survivors
when
of
you
the
landed.
Uvalde and
Mhm.
Buffalo massacre
Legs,
shared
break.
heart-wrenching
I heard
stories on
everything.
Capitol Hill. Washington
Was that
State
'cause you don't
Democrat
flare the
Camilla
parachute?
Zampal.
The
Well, 'cause
Protecting
I was
Our
scared
Kids
to death all
Act
the time.
is about saying no more to
That's
mass
why-
shootings.
The measure not
But you had to
expected
do
have
it
enough
because when I joined,
Republican
man,
support to pass
I'm
in the
getting
Senate.
3-something a month.
Congressman Thomas
And
Massey.
to
We're
jump,
telling
you got
18, 19, and
$55 extra a
20-year-olds
month.
to
Now,
register for the
today,
draft. We expect
$55
you to
don't
defend
300 a
us,
month.
but
Yeah.
we're not going to give
It's
you the
75.
tools to defend yourself and your family.
And
Average gas
and
prices are just 3 cents
listen,
shy
but that
of the
extra
$5 mark, and
$55,
Reynolds Gladu has had enough.
you can buy a
He's
lot
selling
of
the
women
mobile
with that.
station he's owned in Amherst, Massachusetts since 1973.
He's a work in progress.
1975.
Yeah, they were. But now, wait a minute now, it seems the prices seem to go down, because somebody told me nowadays the going price is $40.
6 months, so he'll be here for COVID shots next week.
I said, okay, $40, huh? I don't think I want that.
CBS's Linda Kenyon from Washington.
White House officials say they expect federal authorization soon for the vaccines for children under 5.
So you from Montgomery there,
That's the last
Mr.
group of
John?
Americans
Well, I
who
was
are
raised in,
eligible
up in
for the
West Virginia.
shots. In
Okay, that kinda like being
anticipation, millions of COVID vaccines have been ordered so
You can't tell
far.
one southern
Half
city
of
from
them
another.
by Pfizer, the other half by Moderna.
Boston is back in the lead.
Although somebody asked me where you want to live, Alabama. See, this is what a
NBC
woman
Sports with the play-by-play as the
going
Celtics
places
beat the Warriors
that you never,
116 to
ever thought
100
about.
in Game 3 with a double-digit lead for most of the game.
Probably a good
Taking
thing
the
sometimes.
series 2-1.
Well, I
Game
still
4
got
tomorrow
Alabama
in
on that
Boston.
road.
S&P futures up 20. This is CBS News.
Oh, it meant to be.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Whether you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance yours, Rocket
Okay, how
Mortgage
you
can help
been?
you get there. For home
I
loan
cannot
solutions
complain.
that
I got a
fit your
couple of
life,
issues.
Rocket can.
But who don't?
Yeah.
See, the problem with my issues,
More than you realize from your home's
I'm
equity.
always optimistic even about my
In the
issues.
last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%.
What's the Bible say about worrying?
Rocket Mortgage,
Is that
you
the
can
same as
unlock
I-
thousands
But
of
somebody
dollars in
said,
3 weeks.
if
But
you
got
don't
to
worry,
act
don't
right
pray. If you
now
don't
before
pray, don't
rates go
worry.
up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket
That's
can.
good to
Call
hear.
338
Still
today
that.
or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Say it again.
Say if you pray, don't worry. And if you worry, why you pray? So, yeah.
Guys, stop putting your
Man, I-
love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news.
You and I gotta
If you've
talk.
been wanting to
I gotta
try
tell somebody
Viagra
about
or
this one issue
Cialis,
that I
now's
have.
the perfect time.
I know that-
Call
I know
today
they're
and
gonna
see
tell me.
tiny little blue or little
But-
yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping.
There are
Why order
issues
some
in a
low-dose
man's life.
sildenafil from one of those subscription
Just
services
take
when we
me
can
places,
give you
man.
what you want now?
Because I'm not a transgender. I get it.
800-711-6818 and we'll rush your
But there
order
are issues
discreetly
that-
packaged to your door.
It's difficult to criticize others if
800-711-6818.
you really think about
Too much
your own
rain
life.
and flooding are
Oh,
triggering
it-
well water worries.
Now, not you, of course, because you've been a swell guy all the time. You ain't did nothing wrong.
Oh, no, I have. I'm a sinner just like
Okay,
everybody
that's
else.
good. We shouldn't be.
But we do.
Rely
We
on private wells for drinking water.
have
The
a
absence of
measuring
regulations
sin.
monitoring could expose users to
You know,
bacteria
and-
and
The
viruses.
alcoholic thinks that
Biggest
his
risks
sin is not as bad as the drug addict. The drug addict thinks that his sin ain't as bad as the alcoholic.
Northwestern
The
research
whoremonger.
says, for example, E. coli levels were 3 times higher than normal.
And even
Texas
even on
wells
the drug, and I know
after
you
Hurricane
probably heard
Harvey
it too.
did
Is,
show other hurricanes
well,
and caused
you start asking
similar
what kind
loss.
of drug.
Peter King,
Last year,
CBS News.
there's like different levels. But now, I heard somebody the other day, they've got a slogan, don't trust the dope, because they don't like heroin, because there's so many of them.
The musical about a group of
They're
travelers
putting
stranded
fentanyl
in
in
Newfoundland
everything.
after the September 11
Everything.
attacks opened in
So the best way out of that, just don't
became a surprise.
take it. But that's easy to say, because I tell you, I got Coca-Cola has been gonna be my demise. Now I've done a really good job, but Coca-Cola is just any any addiction
Yeah.
is just as bad as another addiction, whether it's Coca-Cola or a beer or whatever. And it took me a long time to let go of all that shit. Man, whew.
That's like fasting. Fasting, it gets you in one with God, but you got to take away something you like. If I say I'm gonna fast from asparagus,
Well,
that's easy. That's
You,
easy.
you, Yeah, that's it.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Now, if I say I'm gonna fast from watching Alabama football, easy.
That's gonna be tough. Yeah, that's probably me trying to fast and watching Notre Dame. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
You a Notre Dame fan?
That's where I'm from, you know. South Bend. Yeah.
Did Alabama play them a little while ago?
I'm about to stomp the mud hole in them. But in 1972-73, I remember this like was yesterday in the Sugar Bowl. Notre Dame broke off their ankle in Alabama's butt. That's the first and last time I think that's ever been done. And you know, since then they've gotten revenge. Yeah.
Just think of everybody.
Yeah. Oh well.
But Johnny's got an interesting story. You know, I share it a lot. The dangers of homelessness, the dangers of being out on the street.
Especially if you're addicted to drinking.
Yes.
You have to be able to.
Well, you're addicted to anything, though.
Well, that's
You
true.
know, I mean, just,
Anything that says.
yeah.
Well, you know, you're addicted to coke. It don't alter your mind.
I don't.
Not like alcohol.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You know that.
Alters your waistline.
You talk Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Coca-Cola. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's good, yeah.
Okay.
We put these on.
Yeah, I'll put those on. And okay, I'm here. I was getting a couple of things together here, and so you guys hang loose for a second while I get my guest in the house. Right here, we got things going on. Okay, now okay? There we go. First of all, let me tell you, this hour of our show has been brought to you by JL Lane Truck and Auto. If you're in need for an automobile, whether it's an SUV, a Lexus, or whatever you need to go to JL Lane Auto and Truck and Auto. Oh, let me make sure I get this right. Yeah, JL Lane truckandauto.com and take a look at the inventory. They got everything from Cadillacs to Lexuses, and I'll give you some of the cars they actually got on sale over there in the next break. But I need you to give them a call, 272-4313, because I told him we're gonna sell them a car because y'all needed cars, and don't make me no lie, okay? Don't do that to me, okay? Let's call Mr. Jim Lane. Let's call Steve. Let's call Kathy. But if nothing else, go on the internet and look at the inventory first. That way, when you go over there, and wait, let me tell you the most important part. If your credit's a little shaky, don't worry about that. You can buy there. You can pay there. Buy there, and I love places where let me buy there and pay there. Okay, don't have to go through all that credit stuff. Okay, but it don't hurt to have a little bit of credit now. But that don't let that stop you. All right, I'm just saying you might want to go down. So again, 272-4313. Ask for Steve. Okay, and listen, if you don't need a car right now, I just need you to call him and say hi to him. Let him know that you're on top of mind if and when you ever need an automobile. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, so again, that is JL Lane Truck and Auto. And they're located at 208 Gun Road in Montgomery. Okay, but the number is 272-4313. And the website, again, one more time, is jlanetruckandauto.com. Okay, call them up. You know that car you drive right now ain't no good no more. It's time to trade in. Anyway, good morning. Now, you know, it's a Thursday morning, and you know what time it is? It is time for my good friend, Mr. John Bowman, Hope Inspired Ministries. And they are an organization that they try to help folks, who fell off or lost their way or are trying to find their way back, either or. And they help you out. They help with job, health. They do all kinds of things for you. They try to deal with the whole man, and rather than just give you a sandwich and send you out the door, they try to help you be able to make your own sandwich. Okay, I'm just saying. But this morning we got a guest. And my guest is, let me turn that down a little bit right there. Okay. Well, first of all, let me say good morning to John. John, good morning.
Good morning, Kevin. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well.
Okay. How's the family?
They're doing good.
Okay.
Doing good.
All right. How many kids you got?
I got 3 kids.
You know they haven't, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
Then we stopped at 3.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, 3. All right. And who'd you bring with you?
I got Johnny with me. He's one of our students, and oftentimes we talk about, you described what we were, but we're workforce development with a heavy dose of social work. you know, so the social work piece is really the special ingredients, because those are the barriers that are preventing these individuals from succeeding in life, from tapping into what God's purpose was. And I like to say social worker because Jesus was the greatest social worker ever. But Johnny kind of represents some of these. He's come through our program. He's graduated. He's in the workforce now, and has made incredible progress. And just to brag on him a little bit, our motto, we teach people how to fish. But when you teach them how to fish, the beauty is they'll teach others. And I've seen Johnny, who is a little bit older than a lot of our students, I've seen him latch on to some of the younger students, pull them in, and actually take them to church with him. So it's been a blessing to watch him. But I brought him today so he can kind of share his story. And we've got a class coming up on June the 21st. And, you know, people on the air may not relate to his story, but may know someone who does relate to his story. And all they're waiting on is someone to say, hey, why don't you go here and let them help you? We'll do the heavy lifting. We just want the handoff. But Johnny just graduated last class and is working, and actually graduation at his church. But we'll let you share his story.
Well, good morning, John.
Hey, good morning, Kevin.
All right, and so let's tell your story. Are you from Montgomery?
Oh, I was actually raised in Birmingham, but I've been in Montgomery quite a while.
Okay. So John said you're a little older than most of our students are, and so I guess you're over 21.
Yes, sir, slightly.
Okay.
I'm actually 56.
Youngster. I thought you were going to give me some age like 78 or something.
No.
Okay. So tell us your story, John, and I'm glad you came up.
Well, I appreciate it, Kevin. Yes, sir. I was homeless at the time, and I was up in Birmingham at this time. And, it was during the winter time, and I didn't actually have a tent. And at this time, I was struggling with alcohol addiction. So what I was doing is camping out in a little wooded area up there. All I had actually was tarps. So it got real cold at this time of year. So my feet kind of went numb, and I thought it was just because of the cold. It was actually a frostbite started. So I kept on walking around, doing what I do, and wind up having to go to the hospital and wind up losing all toes because of just being out there. So, but anyway, I wind up the way I got to Montgomery was after I got the operation. I wound up at a place called Hillview Terrace, and that's where I learned about the Hope Inspired Ministries. And so I joined up, and of course stayed at the Salvation Army, and it's been a wonderful. I mean, it's been a godsend actually. Before I was just, I'd get a job, and you get frustrated on your job, and you just quit. So they've helped me have, like life skills and, ways of handling things in a positive way. And above all, they're a Christ-based situation, and I'm all for that, because if it wasn't for Jesus, I wouldn't be here. I know that.
Let me ask you a question, and this is a question that most of us cannot understand. Either we've never been in that situation, we hear about it, we see it on TV, but our lives have never been turned out. How does one become homeless?
Well, Kevin, I'm just speaking for myself.
Right.
I mean, a lot of times I believe it is. I started drinking at a very young age. I mean, I was like 16 when I started drinking. But anyway, I let that kind of progress through school and stuff. So I wound up quitting school. Traumatic experiences in your life while you're addicted will make you just, I don't know if you want to say give up, and losing jobs. Like if you're addicted, a lot of times you'll either call in, you're too messed up to go to work, or you're going to wind up losing so many jobs that people will not hire you. And so I think it's a combination of, and it don't have to be addiction. I mean, people can lose their job and be homeless. If you can't pay your bills, then you're stuck. But in my situation, addiction started it.
Did you have a difficult time looking in the mirror and saying, this is all my fault?
At first, yes, I did. I did what they call the blame game, and thinking, oh, well, yeah, that boss man if he wouldn't have done this or that. Yeah, I thought that a lot. But then later on, and it's everything. We make decisions every day. So, and a lot of the homelessness is making bad decisions. I think it's like, instead of going to positive, you may want to go to the negative or whatever's easy. They usually go that route. I've over the years, I have hung around a lot of people on the street, and a lot of times people get in a rut too on the streets. They'll be out there so long that that's the only way they know.
And we don't, we as onlookers,
right?
We don't understand that. I don't have any clue of what that is to give up and just accept my lot in life, because we've always been told, you're responsible for where you are. At what point did you get to the point you said, I've got to change. I've got to do something different and stick to it? Because I'm sure you said it many times.
Oh yes, over the years I have.
What turned for you to make you get serious?
Well, I tell you, my age, you're never too old to learn, or you're never too old to do the turnaround, is what I call it.
Mm-hmm.
But once I went into the door of this program here, Hope Inspired Ministries, and I guess I can say her name. She was the first one I met. It was Angelicia. Anyway, but she explained the program, and I've been in other programs. I've been in other rehabs. That was like, like you said, pretty much a sandwich and be on your way or hang out a while and all that stuff. But this here is a whole different. It's a whole different program. The people here, of course, John here, he's like the leader of the pack, I call it. But they sincerely care. There's something about, you get a feeling when you walk in that, hey, they give you a way of looking at things, especially during the life skills classes and all that I didn't even look at years ago. 50-something years been living, and something just, wait a minute, I was looking at it all wrong. Why not look at it this way? Handle things in a different way, especially on a job or something. When you have a problem with another employee. Well, if you get mad at them and leave your job, they're still getting a paycheck. It's like, you're out on the street and then you're having to wonder what you're going to do. But, and it's been very inspiring. I've been privileged and honored to be in this program. And so it's really helped me a lot.
Any kids?
No, sir. No, I don't. I've been married once, but that was a long time ago. And I look back now, and alcoholism was the reason that split. We just went separate ways.
And I think John, we're talking John off the air that we all have some addiction. We may not want to admit to it, but we all got issues. Did you find that people with issues highlighted your issues more than they did their own? We all got something. We all got something that.
Well, if you're on the streets and you're struggling, there's people walk by and they're looking at you hard, or looking at you in a way like get a job or something, If you're
I've said that many times. Why don't you just get a job?
Yeah. But you have to have a place to, clean up and all that stuff. So I feel like it's a lot more to it.
And that was one of the things we talked about coming over here, and we talked before, Kevin, about, looking at someone and say, why don't they get a job? But if you stop and look at, you can't just put the addiction down. It's a process. It's a hard process. And, even somewhere to go take a shower. If you walk into a business and, and may smell, may have dirty clothes on, the business owner is not going to give you, probably about a 99% chance he's not going to hire you. So there's things that have to be done. We talked about identification. If you don't have identification, that's one of the things they're going to ask you for. If you don't have an address to put on the application, then they're not even going to take your application. So, and it's the barriers that are preventing individuals from succeeding in life. And Johnny says, what's alcohol? But the beauty is if you can kind of take care of that and start to rebuild. And when you asked him and go, what causes homelessness, he described something that was, you lose hope, and that's what he received from Angelicia and the other staff members. They start to give you hope again, and all we're doing is mirroring Jesus, reflecting him to them. And that's the beauty of love. And I think you talked about that before I got on there.
How does the process begin with Hope Inspired Ministries?
The process, and they're doing it. They did it yesterday. They were out walking in the community because people are not just coming to the door saying, hey, put me in this program. I want to get better. They start to lose hope, and you have to meet them where they are, both physically, spiritually, mentally. and to begin to speak life into them, to speak hope into them, and to get them to start to believe again in themselves, because we can help them change, but ultimately they have to decide they want change in their life, and that comes through convincing them that God created them for more. And then to get them in the door, there's still a little bit of a trust factor. I don't know if you heard Johnny's statement. It was once he got there and started talking to them, that trust factor started to develop, and then all of a sudden he started having renewed hope, that he has purpose, and he does. God didn't make any mistakes. I was at the Salvation Army yesterday, and one of the captains over there was telling in her prayer to the individuals, hey, God does not and did not make any mistakes. He created you with value, with purpose, but the problem comes is when they start to lose hope, they're believing the lies that Satan feeds them.
Mm-hmm. How John, right? Yeah, John. And I'm guilty of this. I'm guilty as sin of this, but I don't. At that moment, I don't really know what else I can think. When I go down the street and see people with cans on the street and sitting there for hours and hours and hours, I thought, hell, all that time you sat, you could have had a job. How do we discern from a lazy guy on the street or a guy who's totally just lost hope and he just down on his luck? How am I to discern that? When I see you every day asking for $1, how do I discern that?
Well, at times in the past, in my past, I've never actually what they call on the street is fly sign. That's when somebody's out there with a sign like "Help me" or.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't gotten to that point. But I have gone through parking lots, and somebody I might ask if you got any spare change
mm-hmm.
or something like that. But mainly that was at the time was to get something to drink, but not always. Not always. Sometimes it was to get something to eat,
mm-hmm.
Or something like that. But people, I'd always try to go to an organization a lot of times or a program. In Birmingham, I would go to. I had been to the adult rehab center in Birmingham. It was run by the Salvation Army. But, I'd been there a couple of times, but to distinguish which one is lazy, sometimes it's hard. It's hard to figure out who is liking. I look at it this way: if somebody's been on the street for several years and they've grown accustomed to that lifestyle, that's all they know, and you'll see them a lot of times. But to say, I can't distinguish which one's lazy, which one's.
And therein lies our problem sometimes on the street. It ain't that we don't want to give, and I know that I could find myself in that situation on any given moment, a car accident, whatever it could be. I understand that, but I also understand. Now, this is not in the Bible, but people have attributed to the Bible. God help them who help themselves. Now, that's not the Bible. We always use the hey, but the principle is, even when God told the people who gave up who picked the grapes to lead some on the field, he didn't say take it to them.
Mm-hmm.
He said leave them there so they can come and gather them.
Absolutely, yes. There's a big difference.
Yeah. I'm just saying. So I have a.
Well, and a lot of times when they lose hope, and when you talk about people in poverty, they're living, like I'm in middle class, and I'm looking long term. Those in poverty look strictly and solely for the now. So all they're trying to do is to look, how do I get through right now? How do I get through the day? And, when you talk about, stories in the Bible, a lot of times you have to have great faith, and you're asking them to leave their security. I know it looks weird to us, but that's kind of what they know. And just like Johnny said, they've been doing it for a couple of years. It's hard to change. Mm-hmm. Just like we talked about your Coca-Cola addiction, it's hard to just change it. And the same as your lifestyles. Sometimes we can be stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to try to change a lifestyle pattern, it becomes difficult. And that's why we meet them there and start to try to tell them that they were created for so much more.
When we come back, I want you to tell us how you pour that hope into people, because I've been there a couple of times, for whatever, not as bad as some, but I've been there a couple of times, and I like how do you, first of all, because once you lose hope, you pretty much are useless human beings. So let's talk about that when we come back. Oh yeah, one thing. You live in middle class. I'm in upper lower class. Okay, we'll be back. Yeah, I'm in the class by myself.
Yeah, you know Larry Thornton. He's from Montgomery, but lives in Birmingham. And owns like $7 or $8. Wrote a book, Why Not Win.
I heard of him, but I don't. Is it my guy?
Yeah.
I heard him, and I was trying to get him on the show, and just to talk about how that, how that works. I've never been able to.
He came and spoke to our Birmingham class.
Good, good.
But man, he wanted me to read his book. That's why I was telling you. He said, "Yeah, I'd like a wealthy white guy's perspective." I said, "Well, I can give you the white guy."
Yeah, but tell me if you want a poor black man, yeah, send me a book.
But you know, I had a guy. When was this? Tuesday night. I stopped at Bill Street Pizza. This guy started. He come up and said he was struggling. And started drawing my picture, and you know, I gave him a business card, and I said, "I tell you what, you know, God didn't make you to struggle, right? So I'm gonna take your picture, but not now. I want you to bring it to this address, and I want to help you no longer struggle, you know." But and a lot of times when you talk to individuals on the street, you start talking to them and speaking value into them. It doesn't take you long to see someone. Just like, I mean, Johnny, man, I didn't tell him to go pour into these other guys. I saw him do it, but then I commented on it. And even me, when somebody comes up and says, "Man, y'all are doing good over there," I'm like, man, it started giving me hope that what we're doing is working. Hope is a powerful word. And when you lose hope,
I mean, you just dead walk.
And that's, you know, even years at PD looking at suicide, people start to lose hope, and they try to wash it away. A lot of times with alcohol addiction, and then you get a dark place.
Gotta want to do the program.
Oh, that's the key, you know, that I've had to learn. Like, if I'm working harder than you are, and this thing ain't good, that's why you gotta meet them where they are. They're not gonna come to you. They need hope. A lot of times they just don't know they need hope.
Enlighten and elevate a diverse, inclusive cultural arts community. They're committed to strengthening and showcasing organizational and individual cultural endeavors in our hometown. To advance this cause, they're seeking
Because I'm not Irish, but my name is Irish.
advocacy groups, schools, and avid patrons of the arts. If this is you,
Elkins is a Celtic name.
Montgomeryal.gov.
I guess they kind of Irish.
Cultural affairs page to register to be part of a
Your mom's a
veteran
Celtic
creative
fan?
community.
No, I can't stand it.
Pulling for Golden State?
Huh?
Pulling for Golden State?
No, I don't care. I think most basketball players look like thugs.
Steph Curry?
They are all these tattoos and crap. I can't stand it. And football players getting just as bad.
Johnny, you get up there.
Oh, I don't got nothing problem with it. But you know, and when women start wearing them, oh my Lord.
I know it's a pretty face.
There's only one tattoo I like on a woman. That's the tramp stamp.
Did you know that Alabama law requires all pets to
Now, Kevin, if you're against him, you gotta be against him now.
No. Where it's at, I like. Because you got to be in way.
Kevin's working for it.
Yeah, I'm working for it.
He's a pastor in the making of the Airways.
Yeah.
help us protect you.
And you know I changed when my name's a go from mayor up to Reverend. Yeah. But some go, some call. I can't be going unless I'm called.
I've called the pastor of the Airways a couple times.
Yeah, well, you made a mistake. Say he did. I mean,
you got the Airways.
I got issues.
We all do. We all do.
It's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make
it. Get you back over and speak to the class. He came and spoke to, I think maybe the class was 4 yours.
Was it 4?
Hi, I'm Dr. Anita.
How many
Sandro,
students
today
who went to the
tips
program
from
come back
American Academy of Pediatrics.
As a parent,
Well, you know, we
you are your
started
child's
it last
first
couple
teacher.
classes
Like all
trying to get them to come
students,
back
kids will make
to let them
mistakes.
hear from
Your goal
kind
is
of
to
the peers.
encourage the behavior you want to see.
So we don't
Set
have
clear
a huge
expectations,
amount, but we'd like to
reward
bring
good
a couple
behavior,
back
and withdraw
for
privileges
them.
when needed.
And
What
most of the
doesn't
time they
work is
pop in
thinking. It only
and,
increases the risk
you know,
your
show
child
us
will
their
be
car
aggressive.
they got.
For
We
more
bring them in
strategies
there,
on
let
child
them,
behavior,
you know,
talk
talk
with
to
your
the students.
pediatrician or visit
It gives them a glimmer of
healthychildren.org.
hope.
Hey, hear me out, my new
I had one guy
line
one time
right
that
here on the same
he was
great
working in
station.
Stivers Ford,
It's all
but came
happening
back and was
every
talking about a
afternoon,
promotion.
too,
Well,
right
the guy
here
in the
on
class
News
was
Radio
in his class and was supposed to get that job.
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
It motivated him.
It is 7:30 this morning. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this show has been brought to you in part by J.O. Lane Truck and Auto, located at 208 Gun Road in Montgomery. You need a car? You need one right now? You don't have great credit? That's the place you want to go. 272-4313, 272-4313. Ask for Steve. I'll tell you more in the ensuing spots. Our guest this morning is John Bowman from Hope Inspired Ministries, along with Mr. John, who is a student over there, and he's going through the metamorphosis now. I would assume of coming from nowhere to somewhere. We were talking about hope, and John, you were saying when you lose hope, you pretty much lose who you are. John Bowman, how do you convince people who right now don't see anything to see the possibilities?
Well, you know, Kevin, if you stay in the Bible, you can see how God created everyone for a purpose and a reason. And the longer you talk to someone, you know, the greater you can, you know, listen to them and see that their gifts and their skills. And, you know, just like you, and I've said it to you 1,000 times, but the mayor of the airways, you're also pastor of the airways. So you have a gift in communication that you can use and do it effectively. You know, people can learn. And the same way I started this conversation, you know, with Johnny, you know, Johnny came to the class and, you know, I didn't tell him, hey, go pour into this guy or that guy. But, you know, he started using the gifts that God gave him. And I went to him and said, hey, thank you for doing that. Because he's making a difference in others' lives. But as you stop and talk to these individuals on the street, I had a guy the other day that came to me and just in talking, I found out that he was a father. And he immediately started crying when I said this one thing. I said, you are a good father. Because he saw himself as no good. He lost all hope of ever being a good father, of ever being a good person. But just that one statement, you know, that, hey, you are a good father. And then I prayed with him, and, you know, but just dawned back on just that one statement is what changed his mindset, and it gave him a glimmer of hope. So that is the secret. If you get out and talk to someone, and I encourage you to pray with them, God will give you the words to say to them. God will show you the value in them. And when you start speaking their value, you'll start seeing a glimmer of hope. You'll see them pick their head up. It's still a long road, just like Johnny. I mean, Johnny's out of the program, but he's still in the rebuild process, as me too. I'm in rebuilding. If you ever get stagnant and quit growing, then you're in trouble. God wants us to be a continual growth process.
John, how do you? Because I know I don't care where we've been, where we are. There are times that you even probably now think about, where do I go from here? How do you keep that motivation up and keep the hope up?
Well, first of all, Kevin, it's like I always I want to tear. What the old saying is, tear off your rear view mirrors, and that's what I do a lot of times. Sometimes I'll kind of slip back into, you know, I should have done something different, or why am I, you know, starting over or anything like that. And it's like John says, it's going to be a progress. It's working in progress. I feel like it's a lifelong quest for all of us, you know. And I want to stay on positive things instead of negatives. That's keeps me.
Does Hope Inspired Ministries have a Facebook page for the folks who've gone through the program, when maybe they can keep in contact with one another or get some encouragement when things not going so good sometimes? Do you guys have a?
We do. We obviously have a Facebook page for everyone, but then we have a class reunion type page, private page for the students. Because phones are one thing, but I still have some that I mentored a long time ago that I have contact with on other forms of social media, Snapchat, for the younger generation, to get on.
Yeah, Instagram. No, I can't have it on
Instagram.
Okay. Let me ask something. There are a lot of people out here with different gifts, different occupations, different experiences that could probably help your program. Come by and talk to you. I mean, you don't have to have a PhD or anything like that to come over there and uplift some of these kids and grown men. I mean, we all have been through something. Nobody gets out of this thing without going through something. And how do we get people over there? I mean, you don't have to live in Wind Lake, drive a sports car, and all that crap to be a blessing to other people. I mean, hell, if you let me over there, I mean, anybody. Yeah. But we got some people listening this morning that had some stories to share. How do they get involved with your program?
They do, and you can feel free to call me, contact me, call our office. Montgomery office is 649-4330, and I love to have individuals come in to share their story. There's some very successful people in Montgomery who have had a difficult time. You were talking about owning your own business before I got on the air, and we have a lot of business owners that come in and talk about their difficulties. Sometimes we may sit and look and say, this guy doesn't have any problems, but they do, they have, and even myself having problems. It's learning how to navigate through those problems. Just like, Johnny came through the storm, but there's more storms to come. It's in you learning that process. And I've had individuals come in who've had past addiction issues that, have turned what Satan meant for evil, God can use for good, and use their stories to give hope to our students, because when they're up there telling their stories, the students are hearing them and seeing themselves, but yet they see them moving forward through that. I used to go and share when I was at the police department, and one of the things I always told them, I mean, I had a few issues along the way, but to tell them that your past don't determine your future, your God does. And it doesn't matter. We talked before the air about sin. There's countless stories in the Bible about sin. Paul himself was killing Christians, but yet God turned around and used him to write most of the New Testament. So if he can use him, he can certainly use all of us.
860-1440 is our number. I don't know why I haven't given the number this morning. I've been more intrigued by the stories by which they tell us this morning. So we do got somebody on the phone. Let's see. And some of you folks out there, 860-1440, when I have these courageous men on, and women, let's call up and encourage them, because it don't take much to get you down, but it takes just a little to bring you up. So, we need to encourage these folks, because you just can't talk about the Bible, like some people would call me, I know. And that doing it, people, I get jumped on sometimes, because I find it hard to say I love God, because I don't know if we have the capacity. Not just something I believe. But so the question is, how do you define love? Love can't be this warm feeling that we get when we see a woman or our children, because we grab them, we touch them, we feel them, we there's a relationship there that it came from us. So love has got to be more than saying it. Okay, it's got to be more than just talking about I love Jesus. And okay, it's got to be more than that. It's got to be what you do, not what you say. I mean, isn't that the way that it manifests?
Yeah, and Kev, we talk about this all the time, but sometimes we can overcomplicate the Bible, just like the religious leaders in Jesus' day. But I'd say the whole Bible is summed up in the one word that you just described, and that's love. What does love look like? And you talk about volunteering, coming in and helping, and to be honest, 8 years ago, I came in to Hope Inspired Ministries to volunteer, to mentor. Each student gets a mentor that comes once a week and have lunch with them. And,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and to be honest, I came in thinking I'm fixing to pour into this man. I'm fixing to help this man. Little did I know, God was going to pour into me and grow me through that process. You know, and I say it quite frequently, but if you want a blessing, you got to be a blessing.
Yeah. Let me take this call right quick. See who this is. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Fine. Y'all doing?
Kevin said good morning too.
Well, all right.
Thank you very much. Now, what happened? God keeps a record on everything I say and everything I do. I just want to say it for the ball. I mean, we don't have to pretend or whatever. But let me skip this in real quick, my friend, because it's very good show. God, I mean, Paul says so beautifully in the first Corinthians, in the first chapter, and 17 verse. God says so beautiful. Paul says so beautiful. God, He is before all things, and by Him all things consist. God is before all things, by Him all things consist. That's before I have everything, you know. But coming back to what I was saying later, no, we don't have to talk about what God's keeping a record on me, Kevin, He's keeping a record on you. So I don't have
Do you have anything? Hey, do you got anything to tell my guest this morning? Do you have any? And part of that love is uplifting people. Okay. Do you have anything? Do you have anything to say to my guest? Okay, I must have been someplace else. All I heard of Kip Heen is my name. Are you talking about? Okay, all right, good, John. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Not a problem. And therein lies one of my issues. Love is what you do, not what you say. Okay, it's not what you say. Sometimes I get.
Well, and you know, I had one tell me something yesterday, and I had to say, and you know, don't sing it, bring it. You know, love is not a word; it's an action. You know, that's what Jesus did. You know, and Jesus shared the gospel and died for our sins, but all too often would meet individuals where they were and meet their immediate need.
I didn't know you had the mentor thing.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
We do. Each student gets a mentor. You know, and that's how I came to the program volunteering. I always tell individuals, be careful when you volunteer at Hope Inspired Ministries, because I'm working here now. So,
so do you just come down there and pick somebody? Or they get a chance to pick you, or how does that work?
You know, when you call the number and say you want to volunteer, just like you came volunteered to bring lunch. Obviously, we need plenty of lunch providers.
Right.
But to mentor someone, you know, you come in once a week and have lunch with the student. I get kicked out of my office during lunch hour because the mentor and them will go in and sit at my office and have one-on-one conversation over lunch. And it is just that. You know, it's encouraging them, speaking hope into them. It's kind of reiterating everything that the staff has told them from a different perspective. But for the student, it lets them know, hey, I've got someone else in my corner. I've got someone else that believes in me. So it's a positive thing.
Right. We're going to take a last break. We'll come back with our last segment. John is with us, along with two Johns. That's why I was confused there for a second. We'll be back.
It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day.
Their forecast on News Radio 1440.
There's another Johnny.
That's true. I'm surrounded by Johnny. All right, now let me get by you for a second here. You know, do y'all want a glass of water? Yeah, I don't have it.
Yes. Everything all right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Early morning showers and storms today, but most of us are entirely dry for the rest of the day. Highs in the low 90s.
And usually there's more calm.
Cloudy, it will be humid. It will feel like the mid-90s.
Just a tree.
Yeah,
Just a tree with storage.
Partly cloudy
Because
for
there's
Friday. Highs in the low 90s
in
again.
the general
Well,
public's
those
eyes,
showers
people
will
sit
warm,
and look at
especially
the guy's
western
corner
half
and
of
say, "Why
Alabama.
don't this guy do
It's
this?"
possible and some scattered showers and storms
Good
also
Lord.
possible Saturday. with highs
Yeah, you gotta
Little
be in
more
there.
to it.
Be walking in their shoes.
Meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Yeah.
Montgomery Skywar's traffic brought to you by Proven Pure Motors. It's better at
They don't say you
on
don't
News Radio 1440.
Talking about lazy person that's out there on the street. We bumped into a guy and was like, he was leaned up against the store on his butt. Give me a dollar. That's lazy. Instead of saying, sir or ma'am, if you have it, may I, can you? He's laying there like this.
There's laziness. There's laziness at every job. He's an army. There's laziness. Police department. There's laziness at police. And before we came on, I'm talking about people that want to own their own
Joe
business.
Biden has
Talking
created
about,
a
you want
dangerous
to success
crisis at our border. Now, illegal immigrants
You're
are
working when
flooding
everybody
our
else is
country
going
in
home.
record numbers.
Yeah.
And they're
And
bringing
the guy I talked to that owns McDonald's, he talked
Conservative
about
Kate Britt is running for the U.S. Senate to secure our border and protect our
let's make sure the energy users first minute.
Joe
But
Biden
the same way in the
promised
business, you
amnesty
got the
and free
so
health
much.
care to illegal immigrants.
So much.
And that's exactly why border crossings are now at an all-time high. We need to send
Ken, we're talking about
fire to
laziness.
Washington.
Yeah, I got some of that.
There's, laziness, they just don't,
Here's
the
where I
guys
see
on the
Let's
street,
finish
I mean,
President
laziness
Trump's
is in the
wall.
workforce.
Ban sanctuary cities.
Yeah.
You got guys, and even Doug Singleton, he
here's
came and
another
spoke to the
concept.
class
Put
and
American
talked about
families first.
his
for
career.
As
He said, I'm gonna
Alabama's
tell you
next
something,
senator, I will
if you
fight
bust your
back
butt, you
against the
volunteer
Biden
for
liberals
everything that
and
they got
never
for the first
back
5
down.
years.
Katie Britt is tough on
First
illegal
5 years.
immigration. And
You'll
she's ready
advance
to
up,
fight
you'll
for
promote
stronger
up,
borders.
and you won't
I'm
have to
Katie
work as
Britt, and I
hard,
approve this message.
but it's that first 5 years.
GQ presents
See, in
the
the military,
All
it's
Star
exactly the
Summer
opposite.
Lineup.
If you keep
Leading off
volunteering
the
stuff,
promising rookie,
we're gonna make you
Oreo
done.
dirt pie. On deck, the fan favorite
We're gonna make you
Girl
kissing the guy on the back end. That's what we gonna think.
Well,
In the civilian world, when you volunteer, you're helping yourself. But in the military, when you volunteer, you hurt us. For everything. Now the first sergeant expects all of us are volunteering. No.
When it comes to your money, whenever you want to get
But I understand what he's saying.
Oh, yeah. And that was what, one of the things Larry Thornton talked about, it tied it in with Doug Singleton. He said that the space shuttle uses 90% of its fuel.
Hi, that's Queen Latifah.
Takeoff.
My mom
And
is
it's the same way
stronger
to
than anyone
work.
I've ever known.
You got
Growing up when life
forth
got hard, her
that
strength
effort on
was
the front end.
even after her heart
I
failure
didn't know you
diagnosis,
guys
she
had a little.
remained stronger than
Hey,
ever.
I didn't.
My
I
family
just came over there. I
support
just
keeps
kept. I mean,
strong.
who can? I
Together,
mean, I don't be doing
we're
that sometimes.
rising
Anyway,
above heart
rolling around town.
Heart failure doesn't have to steal your strength. For simple steps
Like
you can take to
John was
help
saying,
prevent,
that,
improve, or
the
manage
mentor,
heart
my
failure,
mentor, Philip, come up.
My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful day
He's
last
got a
week with
business.
friends we hadn't seen in a long
What he
time.
does,
The
but
next day
he was
we
just
received a
struggling that.
handwritten note which they delivered to our mailbox,
Where I was at
letting
on
us know
that.
how much they
And,
had
he
enjoyed their
doesn't
time
tell us.
together, along with an
And he was like
article
telling
that
me, I
discussed
was talking to him, and he was like, we're helping each other. And I was helping him, and he was helping me, giving me encouragement.
Well, see, that's another thing too. I've never even drank alcohol, never did a drug, never did
Learn
anything.
more, check us out.
So am I a good? Would I be a good mentor? Because I don't really know their.
Well, I was never, like, you know what, I mentored a guy that was in the army, that had PTSD.
Is how you will feed your baby. Breastfeeding
So,
will give your
someone
baby
like
the
that,
best
you
start
could
in
come
life.
in and speak,
Breast milk is easy to digest.
arm in
and
arm,
has all
soldier
the
to
nutrients
soldier.
your baby needs. Breast milk
You got vets
protects
over
babies
there?
from
Oh, yeah.
diseases and infections,
We do.
and the close physical contact creates a special
We got one I
bond.
just saw recently at
If you have
Ingram,
questions about breastfeeding,
which
talk
is
with your pediatrician
community
or
college
visit
inside prison.
healthychildren.org.
But she was a
It's
Navy
Dan
veteran,
Bongino.
but now she
Every
works
weekday from
at
2
the
till 5 p.m.
teaching.
right here on News Radio 1440.
She
Depend on
had
it.
2 degrees, a job.
Wait a little longer, held on a little tighter. Now what I'd give for one more day with you.
And good morning, everybody. Our guest this morning is John Bowman, who's the Executive Director of Hope Inspired Ministries. You know, out of all the 501c3s that I don't know about, and like I don't know everybody, but I do know this one makes a difference. And if you got a little money, a little time, which is probably more important than the money sometimes, but you gotta have the money too, don't get me wrong. Give them a call. And I just knew about the mentoring thing. I mean, most of us can afford a week, an hour a week or something to just go sit down with somebody. And sometimes, like we were talking about hope, you know, tell your story. Because sometimes you get so far down, you think ain't nobody down there but you.
That's right.
And to tell you the honest God truth, the only thing to do between you and him, that somebody help you up.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
Somebody help you up.
We all need to be picked up. We all need to encourage. And I used to tell my mentees when I come in to mentor them, I said, look, full disclosure, this is as much for me as it is for you. Yeah. I've got one guy that sends me an encouragement every day, and today it says, be an encourager. The world has plenty of critics already. You know,
yeah, they all don't talk radio. Let me take this call right quick. Good morning on there. Good morning. Hey, Mona, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I was calling in first to thank your guests for the wonderful work that they do, and I know that God is blessing them greatly.
Thank you.
And
Thank you very much.
certainly I felt like this is flow with everything that's been said. Saturday, June the 11th, is our children's grief camp called Camp Celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have several slots available for children to attend that would benefit. It's for ages 5 to 16. If you know of a child that's experienced the death sometime in their lifetime, it does not have to be a family member. It did not have to be someone that was on our Baptist hospice service. It shows that they have had a loss in their life. Then we would love for them to come to camp. You just need to contact me at Baptist Hospice 747-5000, and I can get you the paperwork that's needed. It's free. It's going to be downtown at Riverwalk Stadium. The sign-in will be at 11, and it will be wrapping up around 3:30. There's a home game that night, and the children that attend camp that want to attend the home game, the district are giving them free tickets to do so.
Okay, and I'll make sure that I tell it for the next tomorrow a little bit to remind everybody, but it is a great thing. Again, if you are between the ages of 5 and 16 and you've experienced a grief, a loss of a relative, a close friend, or just somebody that you know, or hearing about somebody that has passed bothers you, you know, that's what this is for. So the older folks and everybody else can counsel you and give you some hope and encouragement. So you can get through this, because it's a difficult time.
It is. And Mona, just to add to that, a lot of times we'll have students come through our program that may be, 50, 55, and they back up where their trouble started oftentimes as a child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's one of the purposes of this camp. It's a community grief camp. It's not just for Baptist hospice.
Right.
Families that are on our service. The children that so far have been signed up, several have parents who got from COVID. We have several children that their loved one was murdered in very high-profile murder cases. There are suicides, car accidents. So it's a wide variety of different types of death. And if it's not dealt with at a younger age, absolutely, it affects every part of your being, no matter if it's dealt with or not. But because Baptist Hospice is a faith-based hospice, because Baptist Healthcare is faith-based, we're able to offer the gospel to the kids. We give them Bibles. I have several ministers that will be volunteering. So we become the hands and feet of Jesus.
That's right.
And we haven't had a camp in 2 years because of COVID, so this will be the first camp since 2019. So we're really excited about it, and we really appreciate the people at Riverwalk letting us use their place free of charge. So God put this camp together, and I'm very confident the weather's going to be beautiful. No humidity. I've asked God for that. No humidity.
Okay, that'd be great. That'll work. It's good to have a hotline. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Mona Prier. And again, you can call tomorrow sometime in the 8 o'clock hour, whatever, just to remind us again. Or, of course, I'll remember because I got the thing right in front of me. But you never can. You don't see it. You don't get everybody all the time. I mean, after all, I am on AM. But we reach out. We reach out. You know, we reach around. Yeah.
It's on the internet too.
The kids that need ministered to.
Yes, ma'am.
As well as the volunteers that need to be there.
Yeah.
And he's faithful, and he always does. So we know the children that should be there, that need to be there, will be there.
Huh?
So we're excited about it.
All right. Thank you, Mona. Mona McDermott. And that number again is?
747-5000.
All right. 747-5000. I had to give it my professional radio voice thing. You know. So see you later. Bye.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. We got a couple minutes left. John, just you're in front of some people right now. Some ain't feeling so good. Some don't know which way to go. What do you tell them?
I would just say that just don't think that you're all alone, because there's others that are struggling, and please don't give up, because it's like we was telling before, God don't make junk.
Mm-hmm.
And just hang in there, and if you want a new start, like I had to get a new start, which I wanted that start. It's, you know, you get in touch with these people at Hope Inspired Ministries. I mean, I believe it would be a really positive step, and it will help in your life journey.
And that number that they should call if they want to mentor a young man or a young lady is what?
It's 649-4330. And I just like Johnny said, if they know someone that needs the program, please bring them to the program. Our next class, we're recruiting this week and next week, but June the 21st. Talk them into coming. If you know them, bring them by there. If transportation's an issue, or call us. We'll go out to wherever they are to talk to them, because it needs someone else to connect the two of us. And that's the same way with Mona with her event this weekend. You know, someone knows someone, and that's one of the biggest things nonprofits do out here. They have something that can help, but we need volunteers, every one of them, to connect those, to bridge those, to bring those to us. We need volunteers. You know, we need lunch providers. We need donors, but more importantly, we need you to connect us with those individuals that need help out there. So
and that number again is
649-4330. 649-4330.
Okay.
You can look us up on Facebook or website at hopeinspiredministry.org.
Okay. But John number 2. I'm sure glad you came up, and may your journey continue to be, fruitful, and may you be a multiple blessing to other people. I'm sure you will be. The fact that you even came up here, I hope somebody heard you and come think, but I heard you, and cause you never know where you end up. You just never know. And I'm not so arrogant to think that I can't be on the street. I can't be. You just never know what happens. I mean, all it takes is one accident. Somebody lied and said you shot somebody, you didn't. Now you're in jail. Now you lost your job. You're back out. And you got nowhere to go. I mean, things happen in our lives.
It's been my pleasure to be here.
Well, it's been our pleasure to have you, Mr. Bowman. Last word.
Yes, if you're out there and
that's the word.
Hope. I know 8 words.
That's the word.
Hey, just put it back out. When you get back on, say my last word was hope.
Hope Inspired Ministry. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kevin. I told you, when I gave you the tour about mentoring. So maybe
I didn't know. Everything I did
just heard lunch.
I heard lunch. Yeah. Now that's a Bowman right there too.
U.S. Attorney General is investigating state and local.
Oh, no. She's a Bowman. No, she's a Bowman. Yeah.
In Uvalde, Texas, a team of 9.
She's a Bowman.
Department of Justice, FBI official, and former police chief. Gunman killed 19 elementary school students and 2 teachers inside the school. Local police were criticized for their delayed response. Now the latest on gas prices, they continue to hit record numbers. AAA reported the current national average $4.95 a gallon, up 4 cents in a day, and 28 cents in the last week.
The average in Alabama, $4.59 a gallon, up 2 cents in 24 hours and 26 cents in the last week.
News Radio 1440 WLWI AM, the home of Sean Hannity. Also on 95.1 HD.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Lawmakers investigating the January 6th attack take their case to the American people in a hearing on primetime TV tonight. Committee members promise what we've seen and heard so far is just the beginning. Correspondent Scott McFarland.
They've collected phone records and text messages, including some sent by House Republican colleagues to Mark Meadows about plans to challenge the presidential election results.
Political analyst Greg Valliere on possible political ramifications.
I have to question whether this will have a big, dramatic impact on the political climate. I think people who don't like Donald Trump will dislike him even more. People who like Trump will probably like him more.
Lawmakers in the House passed a wide-ranging gun control bill last night, but it's not expected to get enough Republican support to pass the Senate. President Biden put his spin on the issue on ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live.
So you find people who are worried, I believe, that if they vote for rational gun policy, they're going to be primaried.
Primaried, defined as an incumbent politician losing a primary because he or she isn't sufficiently partisan. CBS News has learned 4 of the 5 Marines aboard an Osprey aircraft that crashed in the Southern California desert were killed. Investigators are still looking into the cause. The Osprey has a checkered safety record. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says a Russian naval blockade could lead to starvation for millions of people. Correspondent Chris Livesay.
Russian warships and Russian mines are blockading Ukrainian ports, holding hostage more than 20 million tons of grain earmarked for the developing world and worsening a global food crisis.
The head of the UN agency monitoring Iran's nuclear program says it's getting harder and harder to keep an eye on things. Here's correspondent Cami McCormick. The head of the International Atomic Energy Agency called a sudden news conference in Vienna to announce Iran is removing nearly 30 surveillance cameras from nuclear sites around the country. He called that a serious challenge, but said his job is to persevere as efforts continue to convince Tehran to change its ways. This equipment had been installed under the 2015 nuclear deal. A heat wave is expected to affect millions of people in the Southwest. Meteorologist Jim Cantori at the Weather Channel.
Millions of you will be dealing with the heat, possibly record highs that you could blow by 2 or 3 or even 4 degrees from the old record highs.
The rain triggered flash flooding overnight in Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. A Halsey concert outside Baltimore had to be canceled. Average price for a gallon of regular gasoline today, AAA puts it at $4.97. S&P futures down 14. This is CBS News.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The first Saudi Golf Invitational Series is teeing off in London, and there's lots of backlash.
The money is mammoth. Tens of millions of dollars just to play in tournaments for some of the pros in the new Saudi Golf League, backed by a kingdom that's been under fire.
Saudi Arabia is investing billions and billions of dollars into reputation improvement across the world.
Adam Kugel of Human Rights Watch says it's a PR campaign known as sports washing, what Kugel refers to as image laundering.
Well, Saudi Arabia has had a terrible human rights record for many years. It's a place where basic freedoms have never been especially respected.
Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Tom Brady's got a new do. He spray painted his hair in the Bucs team colors, orange and red, to show support for kid cancer patients. The team's helped raise more than $500,000 over the years for the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Check for that.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministries.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare. And that's MediShare. You get both. The typical family saves $500 a month switching to MediShare. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. It's because MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge PPO network, so yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. If you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Hey, bud, this is Coco.
Hey, Captain from the Russet Furniture Outlet at American Oak and Moore.
We have some great news. We're building a new warehouse.
Yeah, the bad news is we have over $1 million worth of inventory that we have to move. That's over 4,000 pieces.
So, Captain, what are you going to do?
We're going to have a huge warehouse sale. I would rather discount it and sell it than move it.
For the first time ever, we will be giving an additional discount on over 4,000 items in the Rustic Outlet.
Well, let pass you by.
Come save in and help us get it on.
Good morning, Alabama. How'd you sleep last night?
You can buy a mattress anywhere, but I won't.
Oh, Lordy, Miss Clody.
We will take the time to show you how a mattress is made and what supports you and gives you comfort. Then let you make the decision on what's best for you. Whether you need an inexpensive mattress or a great night's sleep, we have you covered. Shop the Better Sleep Sale and get up to $400 off on Heritage Sleep's homegrown collection.
Don't count sheep, get a great night's sleep from Wolfwood Bank next to American Oak and Moore.
Hi, this is Tom Latham with Penny Earning Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations for commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean or clear your property, call Penny Earned at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a scary movie victim.
Oh no, a tree fell on my car, and there's only one thing to do. Trip over my own feet and pull myself across the lawn while yelling help at a barely audible volume.
Sorry to interrupt, but you filed a claim with Geico, so you've got a designated claims team to help you.
This Geico sounds suspiciously reassuring. Are you sure I don't end up getting surprised with an unexpected twist?
Just that your Geico team will always be there to keep you updated.
Oh, what is it? Oh, nothing. I just didn't see that coming.
Geico, great service without all the drama.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Last time be the last time. We'll put off all the things I had to do. I would have stayed a little long.
And don't forget, and first time I wrote this number down, a Hope and Spot Ministries, of course, the number is 649-4330. They're looking for mentors. Just people go once a week and have dinner or lunch with somebody over there. And also, I would like to start a Hope and Spot Ministries dinner thing. We all donate a little money every month to provide them with at least one lunch for those folks over there. So anybody wants to help a brother out, you can donate if you want to, or you can just go by there and donate, or get with me and I'll, or some restaurant out there wants to, okay, chicken's always good. And we need, but I'm just saying we need to do something to help, because we got to do more than talk about love. We got to do more than just talk about it. We actually got to do something with it. You just can't say, I love you. I love God. I love it. Well, God don't know that unless you out there doing something with love. Okay, I'm just saying, and me, you, and everybody else. Just talking it don't make it so. Okay, I'm just saying. So let us start our little Hope Inspired Ministry once a month lunch thing for those guys over there. I think it's probably going to run us about, I don't know, about $250, $300 a month. But if all of us put something in it, come on. If we all put $20 in it a month, we can help. I've been over there a couple of times, and some of those people are so way down, but they are trying to find their way back. They are trying to core they're trying to a different path, a course of a different path, to make them. And we can talk. We can talk about. We can talk about doing God's work. We can talk about how we love you and all that stuff, and that's good. But when you walk away, if I'm still hungry, I didn't hear anything about your love. I mean, so you just gotta, we need to help folks out periodically. And I'm just saying, so we as a radio station, maybe we could, collect a little money every month. Maybe we could provide lunch over there, okay, every other month, something like that. But we could do this, okay? We could do it, and I'll put the first $50 in. Okay, I'll put the first $50 in. So we need $250, and make the checks out to Hope Inspired Ministry. Whatever you want, and send it up here, or you can take it by there either way, 1 Commerce Street, or whatever, or you can cash app me and put Hope Inspired Ministries on it, and that way you'll have a record of giving me the money, and then I can show you a record of me giving it to them. So not a problem. Y'all just need to. I don't know if he has a cash app or not, though. I'm going to call him and see if John's got a cash app. All right. Anyway, 860-1440 is the number here, whatever is on your mind this morning. And they do need mentors over there. All it requires you to do once a week, you go over there, you sit down with somebody who's having a tough time. That's it. They just need some hope, which means Hope Inspired Ministries. Okay? I need you to go inspire people. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Who's this? Okay. All righty then. And I ain't talking to you no more this week, so we get it. Talking, I'm sick of you talking, to tell you the truth. I'm just sick of you talking, brother. Show me what you're doing. I'm sick of you talking. Anyway, moving on to other things. Let me see who this is. Good morning, who's this? Pretty good. Yeah, I've been seeing that, but I think a lot of people knew that there was something, there was something wrong for a few months now, and this has been on the table for a while. But it would be nice to respect him until he is laid to rest. I mean, then we can fight about it. They can fight about it all they want to.
I'm not gonna call his name. The other person on my show yesterday talking about it. I know he's gonna run for it too.
Yeah, well, I mean, ain't nothing wrong wanting to run for it, but I do believe right. I do. Yeah, we do deserve to leave it. I mean, I think his funeral is going to be on the 18th. All right. I know. I'm sick of it now. He gonna mess around. Don't have no place to talk. Now, 860-1440. So a judge has thrown out a $4 million transgender student award because she's a girl, but she identifies as a male. Of course. So maybe she got a strap on or something. I don't know. But she identifies as a male. So she sued the school district some 7 years ago because they denied her access to the male bathroom and the male locker room. Okay? So she had to go to a separate unisex bathroom. Now, unisex means that if you're confused and you don't know exactly what you are, you can go. You can go to this bathroom. That way, it's a bathroom for everybody. Unisex, that's what it says. But the male locker room is for those who are born male. Okay, born male. I mean, and these are the things that are just killing our country. We got fools who walk around actually believe there's such a thing as a transgender. We actually got people who think that you can change yourself from one gender to another. I mean, we really got people. See, I'm okay with gay folk because gay folk don't say that's what they are. They say that's what they like. I ain't mad at them for that. But a transgender person tries to insult our intelligence to tell us that even though they were born a male or a female, miraculously they have turned themselves into a woman or a male. Hence, transgender. I tell you, there's not a science, there's not a college professor in this state in America that can show me proof that a male has ever changed himself into a female, and that a female has ever changed herself into a male. Now, I'm with you. We're surrounded by 7 colleges and universities. Is there anybody out there that can prove to me that I'm wrong? I'm waiting for it right here in this area. As a matter of fact, if anybody can show me a male or a female that can actually transgender themselves, I'll quit radio. I'll be done with it. You won't ever hear my voice on radio again. If you show me anybody that was born one or the other that changed themselves into the other, I'll quit radio. I'm done. Okay? Because I know at that point, logic and reason is gone. And God is not in heaven anymore because he made male and him. She made him male and her female. So I just said, now if you want to get rid of me off the air, if you want to get rid of me, never hear this great voice on the radio again. All you have to do is give me scientific proof that there's a male or a female that changed themselves to the opposite sex that they were born as. Okay, and I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm gone. Because at that point in time, it ain't worth sticking around. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, our new sponsor to our show this morning, Jim Lane, JL Lane Truck and Auto. That's right. They're waiting for your call right now. So if you're looking for a car or SUV for yourself, or graduation present, or a gift for somebody else, outstanding employee, or whatever, okay, or even for yourself, okay, JL Lane Truck and Auto, okay, can get the right one for you, okay? And if you cannot get to the lot, then they have a website where you can go to and check it out. And just to give you some of the things that they have on the lot right now, they have a Lexus 2005, and the price is it's so low that I can't even put it on the radio. Okay, I'll put it on 12.8. Okay, that's it. What else I got? We got Lexuses. You can actually search on their website by the car manufacturer that you want, Cadillac, GM, or whatever. You know, you can search. You can look at the inventory. They got a bunch of inventory right now. They got a 2015 Hyundai Elantra SE 14.9, a 2014 Jeep Patriot 13.2, 2005 Lexus RX 330. I'm looking at it. It looks good. Okay, for 12.8. Now, if you can get a Lexus for that, you're doing good. A 2006 Ford F-250. That's a workhorse. 12.5. You can get a Ford Explorer base for 12.2. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And they got a 2014 Chevrolet Impala for 8.9. I'm just telling you, and if your credit's not that good, don't worry about it. You buy there, you pay there. Okay? And we got a 2005 Lincoln Town Car Signature Limit 5.9. Okay, I'm just telling you, they got some great cars. And the Lincoln Town Car still looks good. And one more before I get done. And one more, just gonna tell you one more. We sold the Dodge we had yesterday. We sold that. And we sold the, we sold the Hyundai. Okay, I sold it for them already. See, okay. So now y'all need to get over here quick. And how about a 1998 Lincoln Continental for 5.2? Okay, nice and blue. Okay, and the fuel is gas, not electric, which means that you can go across Texas in this car. Okay, anyway, Give them a call. All you got to do is give them a call, 272-4313. 272-4313, and ask for Steve. Okay? New sponsor. I told him we're going to sell these cars. See, I got 2 going already. I'm just telling you, you might need to go over there. And again, don't worry about your credit. Don't worry about the payment plan. They got one for you. You buy there, you pay there. Okay? And again, go to the website, jllanetruckandauto.com. Okay? Or you want to go by there, it's 208 Gun Road, Montgomery, Alabama. Okay? 208 Gun Road. The number again is 272-4313. Let's go back to the phone, see who's there. Good morning. Thanks for holding. Okay, then. All righty, then. Moving right along. There are other things in the news. Okay, and again, my statement stands. If anybody can show me somebody who actually turned themselves into the opposite sex, I'll quit radio. I'll be done. I'll clear out my desk, clear out my chair, take my chair with me because it's my chair. I'll take the chair with me, move my computers. I'm gone. I'll be gone. That's what I'm saying. All you gotta do is show me biologically any male or female that transgendered themselves into the other sex. Okay, I'm gone. So that's just that's all you got to do. Is anybody out there? Can anybody take me up on that? Okay. Now I didn't say you can't think that you're something. That's cool. If you think that's what you are, that's good. But when you trans something, that means you go from one thing to another. That has never happened. And since mankind has been here, that's never happened. Okay, all right. I'm just saying. So let me move on. Let me move on to something else right quick. Oh, okay. I gotta take a break. We'll be back because I know this is one bet. I did a lot of betting on the radio in 30 years, but this is one bet I will not lose. Okay, it's a safe bet that I won't lose this one. Okay, I just won't lose this. I mean, there are some things that aren't. There are some things that are not guaranteed, but it is absolutely guaranteed that no one, no matter what your credentials are in biology, anthropology, Antarctica, wherever, there's no doubt in my mind. Nobody can show you where any male has changed himself into a female, and any female that has changed themselves into a male. But if it is, my radio career is over. All right, so we'll be back. 860-1440. I'm just waiting for it. Anybody? And we got Facebook here. So if you live in another country, that's fine. You live in another city, another state, that's fine. You can call us up. 860-1440. 334-860-1440. We'll be back.
Brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Baconator. Don't let breakfast be boring, but it could be better. Wendy's Breakfast Baconator will have you feeling sunny side up all day long. Wake up to fresh cracked eggs, savory sausage, and oven-baked bacon, of course. Order it and start looking forward to tomorrow morning at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours only.
Good morning, Montgomery. Good news continues. Still no major problems or accidents. Nothing's being reported to send you on an alternate route. Looking at your traffic flow map, traffic's moving smoothly into and through the Tri-County area. Keep listening. We will keep you posted. Your home's worth more now than ever before, so get that special project started. Call the A-Team at MCS in Wetumpka for a cash-out refinance or an equity loan. MCS 567-9000. NMLS 232-876. Buckle up, it's the law from Montgomery Skywatch Traffic. This is major delay.
When it comes to tires, bald ain't so beautiful. It's time for a tire makeover at Chico's Auto Pros. Better price, better experience, guaranteed. 239-9510.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
How come they're not interested in the 574 other riots that happened in the summer of 2020 and preventing it from ever happening again? Why didn't they let Jim Jordan and Jim Banks on the committee? Because they would have asked these questions. That's why they're not on the committee. You know, it's like a big soap opera, big, Broadway production, Hollywood production. They're going to put on a big show, and they're going to want you to conclude Donald Trump wanted this to happen. He encouraged it. He incited it. It's an insurrection. It's sedition. They'll use all the big words over and over and over and over and over again. But they're not going to tell you that he authorized 20,000 troops, up to 20,000, to be called up if needed because big crowds were coming that day and tensions were high in the country coming off a summer of 574 riots. You got to be kidding me.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Elizabeth Warren, they're all attacking America's tech innovators. The left's bill, S2992, would take away the digital tools small businesses rely on, empower China to beat America in the race for new technologies, and increase the risk of cyber attacks. When liberals attack America's tech innovators, they're really attacking everyday Americans and Main Street businesses. American jobs, America's security, and the online privacy of the American people are all on the line. Why would Senate conservatives support this liberal agenda?
I'm waiting for it.
American
I'm waiting for somebody to send it to me.
Pelosi, Schumer, Warren, and the rest of the
I'm waiting.
liberals from taking away our technology and making China stronger at America's expense.
Yep, I'm still
Call
waiting.
the U.S. Senate today at 202-224-3121. Tell Senate Republicans to
Yep,
oppose
I'm still waiting.
ProtectingTaxpayers.org, paid for and authorized by
Still waiting. I'm still waiting. Still waiting. Still waiting. I've been waiting a long time. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. I got love on my mind. I know.
We'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. No trade-in required. Oh, did I say $49 down delivery? Budget car and truck sale. 61 Mindale Park.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. Somebody phone, ring that phone and show me somebody that turned themselves into the opposite sex.
For most of
I'm just waiting. I'll be done with radio. I'll take my bags and I'll go home.
If you spend time outdoors,
I'm just waiting.
they go outside.
I'm still waiting. Okay, so this is day one.
To help protect yourself. And
Tomorrow will be day two. Okay.
prevention is key in safeguarding against tick
It's
and
called
airborne diseases.
the
For more
transgender
information and tips on how to protect you and your family
transgender
visit our website at alabamapublichealth.gov.
challenge. Yeah,
Again, visit
that's
our
what it
website
is.
at
Transgender
alabamapublichealth.gov.
challenge. Okay, that's what
Join Sean
that's what-
Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show
Chinese, the Russians, don't fear Joe Biden.
on News Radio 1440.
Okay, all right. The transgender challenge is what I got going on today. Okay, we got any new callers out there. Maybe there's a new caller that can sort of get me in the right direction. So this is day one of the transgender challenge. Somebody prove to me that the male or a female who were born that changed themselves into the opposite sex of which they were born. Okay, so today is day one. I'll be sitting right here with my bags packed, ready to go when somebody actually biologically and scientifically can prove to me that it happened. Now, not mentally. Listen, if you crazy, that's up to you. You think that I'm good. You know, we got a lot of crazy folks walk around. We got some people like me think they're 6'3". I identify at 6'3". That's why the next time I fill out an application, I'm gonna put on there 6'3". Okay, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna show up 5'7", and the guy's gonna say, "That's what I identify as." You know, I identify. You know, as a matter of fact, they're gonna say, "Okay, how about your education?" Well, I identify as a PhD. Okay, where's your proof? Well, I don't need proof. I just identify as this. So I am Dr. Elkins. Okay, all right. Well, okay then. Yeah. Okay then. do you have anything to validate your identity? I'm just saying, is there anything that will, show people that show me that I can take to my boss and say that, well, this is Elkins out there. He's identifying as a PhD, as a doctor, but he can't really show me a doctorate degree. I'm just saying. Okay. So much for identifying and actually being something. Okay. I'm just saying. Because I may when I leave here identify as being the mayor. Well, I am already the mayor of the airways, but I may identify being the mayor in Stevens' office, and I'm gonna run up there and say, listen, today I identify as being the mayor of Montgomery, and we'll see how that works out for me, okay? Because I'm saying, can I go to my office now? And they're gonna look at me like I'm crazy as hell. Well, that's the same way I'm looking at people who say I'm a girl. Okay then, and we know they're a guy. I'm good. Now again, what you think you are, it's okay. You have a right to think whatever you want to think. I'm good with that. And that's the part that gets me about this country today. We are being told we must believe things that are scientifically, biologically, and by all sense of common sense do not exist in the way in which they tell us. Okay? They don't. We just don't. So I'm just saying. And kind of like gun laws. We actually believe that having stronger gun laws will stop idiots from taking guns, hurting people. So we actually believe that. Okay, somebody show me where that has helped. America was built by the gun, came by the gun. We are secured by the gun, and now you want to get rid of the gun. Okay, no, we need to get rid of some of the people that use the guns. 860-1440 is the number you want to give us a call. Let me talk to you. Good morning. Who's this? Hello. Must have lost that one. Okay, it's that idiot Ed calling. But anyway, we are moving on to other things. Since I am going to win this argument anyway, there's no sense in us elaborating on it anymore. That is one that I'm going to win 3 times a day, coming and going. Move right along. Here's a couple of other stories. Okay. Now, it seems that the president's staff in whatnot. Now, just to be fair, every president that has ever taken that office has lost staff. So this is nothing new. I'm just giving it to you by just because it's in the news. New House Press Secretary Katrine Jean-Pierre, who only thing we know about is she likes women. She likes the same thing I like. I'm good. As long as she's not calling herself a guy, was delivering her 3rd on-camera goodbye to a departing staffer in less than 24 hours. So a lot of people leaving. But I got a feeling that a lot of folks are going to leave Biden. Okay. And here's a story that is tragic. Here's something that is tragic. And we talking about guns. It seems to me that we should be talking about ATVs. So many young folks get hurt on these things. There's a young lady in Sylacauga, lost her life. She was an upcoming senior. She was a softball and volleyball player. She was set to begin her senior year in just a few months at Sylacauga High School. And she dies in an accident on an ATV. I don't really know what an ATV, I guess it means all-terrain vehicle. But it just seems to me that they ought to be, you ought to be at least 18, 19 years old before you drive these things. These things seem to be awfully, she was such a beautiful young lady. These things seem just to be awful. I mean, I don't want to hurt anybody's business at all, but it just, well, they don't advertise to me anyway. So they're dangerous. It's just really dangerous. I've never been on one of them. Good morning, who's this? Fine.
When it comes to mass shootings and everything, we have politicians that scream and holler about mental disorder. We need to have better mental health diagnoses to identify these people that might become mass shootings at an earlier age. And yet these same politicians are not willing to accept that transgenderism is a mental disorder.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And if I were to take a child that was not my own and subject them to these medical procedures,
And that's what they're doing.
I would be charged with child abuse.
And I'm glad the governor signed. Yeah, I'm glad the governor signed that thing. I think somebody's taking them to court, but I mean,
It has been taken to court, and that's because a parent was trying to get their 10-year-old
yeah.
child
I mean, what?
the deal. I mean, and obviously,
What is wrong with us? What is wrong with our nation? I mean, we got grown people who want to treat their kids this way at 10 years old. We tell you that you're not responsible until you're 18 or 19 years old. You can't sign a contract till you're 19. I mean, so but we think you're smart enough to try to change your gender by cutting off your whacker.
Now, if you want to do it when you're an adult,
Well, hey, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
But do not do that to a child.
Right.
I had a case actually in Texas where you had parents, they got a divorce. The mother is insisting on having sex change operation on one of their children who is less than 10.
Man, how do you do that?
And the judges, I mean, they're in a dilemma. You have two.
What the hell's a dilemma? Yeah, but what's a dilemma? I mean, he was born as a guy. I mean, where's the dilemma?
You're not. I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever is on your birth certificate, that should be what you register as for selective service. That is what you should compete at in college sports. I mean,
Yep.
let's also be honest. There are young girls that are missing out on scholarships because they are losing. Some not even able to participate in track events where they could win scholarships because the transgender boys are dominating the sport.
Mm. I guess that's one way to get a medal. You know, I guess that's one way to get a medal. As you run against everybody, you know you can beat. Yeah.
They're all for Title IX, and we should have women's sports and everything.
Yeah.
Yet we allow in, the transgender society, Bruce Jenner or whatever her name is now, I can't remember. I don't care to remember. She said this is the problem at the NCAA, and it is true. The NCAA has taken the stance that they can compete as whatever they identify as. And women are hitting the shaft when it comes to sports, when it comes to scholarships. I mean, the world looks at us as fools, and justifiably so.
They do. I mean, we used to be the beacon of hope for the rest of the world. Now we're the beacon of dope because this just doesn't make any sense to me. But hey, it's gonna come back on us.
I feel for these young children that have this mental disorder because again, that's exactly.
Well, it looks like their parents got the mental disorder.
Well, absolutely. And that's because parents are now trying to be friends instead of being parents. There was an article I read a couple weeks ago. There was the first transgender woman, if you want to call it that, it was about 30 years ago. And she wrote herself a letter now 30 years later. And she has actually given that to parents that have reached out to her. In the whole story, she went through her entire mental process and the medical procedures. And she said, I wish at that time I had the hindsight that I have now. I mean, because let's understand that the suicide rates upon these children that have completed the transgender operations and everything is off the scale. This does not provide a mental solution to the dilemma.
Well, let me tell you something. I wake up one day and I got my package, and a couple months later I don't have my package. Hell, that'll give me some mental issues too.
It will solve their problems. No, it actually compounds their problems because after it goes through and they realize what they've done, they are distraught.
Yeah.
Taking their lives in record numbers because instead of getting the correct medical psychological help that they needed at the time, as a medical profession, we are endorsing and we are encouraging and we're actually compounding.
I mean, wait a minute. Here's one for you. So we take people and put them in jail for having child pornography on their computer. Well, then why don't they say, well, I identify as a child? I mean, why can't they? You know, well, I'm a kid too. It is. Nothing.
You know, when we have people that are willing to blindly close their minds and go in and vote for politicians that encourage this and create laws that enable this.
Yeah.
You know, it goes back to the voter too, because they're the ones putting these politicians.
Yeah. Well.
There needs to be some kind of common sense that, you know, we want to have a test, a mental test, before somebody gets a gun.
Yeah, but we don't have a right. Yeah, I'm beginning to think we need something. I'm beginning to think we need some kind of test, because I got. Yeah.
And it's bad, man. It's bad.
Yep.
Enjoying your show.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Let me see who this is. Good morning. Yes.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing fine.
Now, I was thinking also, haven't you heard all your life people are always picking on dogs? I'm sick of the dog. And women call them mean dogs, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't identify as a dog, though, you know, but I understand.
Well, I want to identify as a dog for now on. I want to be a German Shepherd. Can I pick the kind of dog I want to be? A German Shepherd dog.
Well, it seems like to me, if you can identify which dog you want to be.
I want to be a German Shepherd dog. I want to be a dog. If you just watch your car,
yeah.
I'm going to sniff your tires, I'm going to pee on it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, well, you know, then you're going to be a hurt dog.
What's wrong with this world? I call me a spot on the moon.
Yeah.
A spot on the moon was around you crazy. A human being.
Yeah, we losing it. I don't know.
There's one guy who make it identify as a woman. What's that guy, Lorraine Bobby?
Well, but he's still a guy. He's just a guy that don't have his package anymore. Yeah.
Now, I see this guy showed me online now when I was working these crazy dudes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. This particular picture, a man can actually get a surgery that can.
No, he never changes himself into a woman. All he does, no, you can't change. No, you can't do it. No. Oh, wait a minute. You just gave, it makes it looks like what it isn't, but it still isn't that. So, well, hey, but you. Right, whatever. Yeah, but again, it looks like it, but it ain't it. Believe me. And that's why that is why some men, when they find out that they are not with a person that was born a woman, they open up a can of whoop ass on them. Okay, because they don't tell them. Now, if you tell a brother up front, and he still say, "I go for it anyway," hey. No, you and yeah, I appreciate it. Now you just gonna get yourself hurt is what you're gonna do. Okay, you cannot turn yourself into a female if you are a male. All right, moving on to other things. I'll take the one call, then I'll move on to something else here. Good morning, who's this? Yeah, I hear you. Okay, I ain't mad at you. Okay, again, what you think you are, I'm cool with that. But what you actually are, we cannot change. I'm just saying we can't do it. Okay. So let's take a break. We'll come back, and I cannot believe that Mo Brooks is kissing the butt of I mean, he just lapping it up out there of Donald Trump. Donald Trump cannot give you one vote, Mo. Not one. The only people whose butt you ought to be kissing in this state is the folks from Alabama, not the former president of the United States. I like Trump too, but enough. Enough. This is enough. You cannot. I mean, shame on you. I'm glad you're not a paratrooper. We take your wings. We'll be back.
Sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Free PC Tune-Up event is this Saturday and Sunday. Bring your existing PC to any Staples store to get startup and junk file removal. Plus, get free tune-up software good for a year. Valid in store on existing Windows devices only. Appointments encouraged by phone or in store. Staples.
Some early morning showers and storms today, but most of us are entirely dry for the rest of the day. Highs in the low 90s, otherwise skies partly cloudy. It will be humid. It will feel like the mid 90s. Upper 60s to around 70 tonight, partly cloudy. And partly cloudy for Friday. Highs in the low 90s again, and some late day showers and storms, especially the western half of Alabama. That's possible, and some scattered showers and storms also possible Saturday with highs in the upper 80s. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Good news continues. Still no major problems or accidents. Nothing's being reported to send you on an alternate route. Looking at your traffic flow map, traffic's moving smoothly into and through the Tri-County area. Keep listening. We will keep you posted. Your home's worth more now than ever before, so get that special project started. Call the A-Team at MCS in Wetumpka for a cash-out refinance or an equity loan. MCS 567-9000 and MLS 232-876. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
How many miles have you driven past your scheduled auto service checkup? A few hundred or a few thousand? Call Chico's Auto Pros today to schedule a quick service at our Atlanta Highway location.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing Dr. Alderson and the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Hi, this is Tom Latham with Penny Earning Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations for commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean or clear your property, call Penny Earn at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare. And that's MediShare. You get both. The typical family saves $500 a month switching to MediShare. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. It's because MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge PPO network, so yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. If you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, you just want a plan you're happy with. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
This is Mike Costanza with Chappie's Deli.
And Jeff Franco with Chappie's Deli. Mike, let's talk about our deli slaw.
My favorite. It's vinegar-based, light, healthy, crunchy.
It's the perfect side with any meal.
And perfect topping on any sandwich.
Pure deli. Try this combo. Corned beef on rye with Swiss cheese and slaw. So good.
And put it on the Chappie's Deli grill. The flavors go zoom.
Gramps, what does that mean, flavor zoom? Sounds pretty old school. I like my slaw grilled al dente, al dente, al dente.
What, say what now, Jeff?
You know, grilled but still crunchy. Al dente, Albert Dental.
What? Now wait a minute, Jeff. You mean al dente?
Yes, that's it, al dente.
And he was joking on what I said? Folks, zoom on in to any Chappie's Deli. Get your healthy vinegar-based deli slaw. Al dente if you want. Perry Hill, Peppertree, Prattville, Baptist South Towers, and Auburn.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
And don't forget, this hour being brought to you by J.L. Lane Truck and Auto. You need a car? Need one right now? Don't have a lot of money? Your credit's not so great? That's okay. You can buy there and pay there. That's right. All you got to do is pick up the phone, call 272-4313, ask for Steve, or go to the website and look at the inventory. That's J.L. Lane, all one word, J.L. Lane Truck and Auto. And the and is A-N-D. J.L. Lane Truck and Auto.com. You can see the inventory. I sold 2 cars already, so we need to sell a couple more. Okay, that's all we need to do. We need to sell a couple more. Go over there. And again, you don't need great credit. Okay, just call them up and see. They can make a deal with you. They're great folks. Matter of fact, yesterday we had somebody call us and tell us what a great service that they provided to him. So listen, I'm not shooting you up there. You know what I'm saying. I'm telling you the truth. I've been knowing Miss Lane now for 10, 13 years. Oh yeah, go see him. What's that number? 272-4313. Call them. Check out the inventory. Go to the website. Okay, if you don't have a website, don't worry, but you can go over there. They got stuff over there. Oh, I think they even got a couple of semi trucks over there. But anyway, 208 Gun Road, 208 Gun Road, 208 Gun Road. That number again is 272-4313. That's a landline. You can't be texting that. Okay, you got to call them. Okay, go check it out now. They got a nice some the Hyundais. They got some GMCs. They got some Lincolns. They got some Impalas, Patriots. You got it, Lexus. They got a bunch of things over there. Okay, go see them. Trust me. That's where I'm going next. All righty then. The time on the wall says 8:53 in the morning. Now that I've said all I had to say about that transgender thing, I'm in day 1. And again, when somebody shows me, when somebody proves to me that scientifically and biologically they've seen a man turn himself into a woman, I'm going to give up radio and I'm gone. Now, secondly, how many people are disappointed in Mo Brooks like I am? I mean, I understand you want an endorsement. That's fine. But to be on your knees, matter of fact, I believe this. I believe if Mo bent over right now, we ain't gonna go there. But I like me some Trump. I like what Trump stood for. But I ain't nowhere in the world I would compromise my manhood by begging for a endorsement. Begging for an endorsement. That just irks me. That takes all your manhood away. Maybe he's trying to become a transgender. I don't know. Let me see now. A man was arrested in Minnesota. Who's wanted in Selma. They got it. Okay. Let me see now. Another man, 19 years old, charged after pursuit with Montgomery law enforcement. Okay, I got that. I got that. According to Captain Saba Coleman, Shakeen Grant, 19, is charged with first degree receiving stolen property. Okay, well, sorry about that, Shakrim. Sorry about that, man. I appreciate that. He is under a bail of $21,000. Now, here's one. I want you to understand this real good. Now, this happened in South Carolina, and this is an interesting case. A woman who was, they tried to subdue her. She was in the hospital. She hit one of the attendants in the groin, and he died from a heart attack. You know, and I think they charged her with manslaughter. You know, you just don't get to do anything you want to do because you're in the hospital. I mean, so ladies, just remember that the next time you go after a man's jewels, and if he hurts you, well, I think he's got every right to. You know, I mean, this guy gets hit and dies. You know, I mean, hey, ain't no free hits, okay? I'm just telling you, you know, so you can hurt people that way, okay? The guy worked for 11 years at this hospital in South Carolina, and one day with a woman, you know, it's a sister girl too, you know, she hit him in his parts, his groin part, and he died. Okay, I'm just telling you, you never know. So, and then again, he was a mental health technician, and I understand you use mental health thing, but man, we need to bring back the straight jacket. Have we actually gotten rid of the straight jacket? We need to bring that thing back. I'm just telling you, because there's some crazy folks out here. When you come to the house, we just need to put you in a jacket. Say, hey, this is for our safety and not yours. I'm just saying. A former Evergreen City Council member gets probation for a radio threat. A former city member of Evergreen, a city councilman of Evergreen, sentenced to probation after pleading guilty to using his radio show to threaten a police officer. The officer pulled him over for drunk driving, and former Evergreen City Council member Luther James Upton, 74, was ordered to undergo mental health evaluation. Upton pleaded guilty to a charge of making threatening interstate communications, and the records show, you know, if you use the airways to do those kind of things, you can be handled for that. Okay. He had several traffic tickets through the years, and he went on a local radio show he hosted in May 2021. He urged Evergreen's mayor and police chief to get rid of an officer who cited him for driving under the influence in late 2020. He said, I dare him to stop me again. I dare him. Because when he pulls me over, I'm going to put him down. I'm just telling you that now. I'm tired of it. Okay, then. Well, you might not want to say that on the airways. I'm just saying, you might not want to, you might not want to say that. Selma, to our west or east, wherever it's at, 2 14-year-old juveniles are in police custody. Why? Well, after Tuesday morning shooting in Selma, Chief Kenta Fulford said the teens were walking near Furnace Avenue and Lawndale Street when a dog came running at them. Now, Foreman said one teen pulled out a gun, fired several shots, killing the dog. What's a 14-year-old have to do with having a gun? Okay, so there's no law right now that says you can have a gun at 14. Guess what? He's got one. Good morning, real quick. Okay. Hello. I guess he's gone. Well, anyway, my time is up. That's probably old man Ed anyway. So again, all the laws in the world won't stop people from breaking the law. Okay, I'm just saying. That's why we got laws, because people break them. All right, gotta go. We'll see you. Wouldn't want to be you. Okay. Tomorrow's Friday, so it's Friday Eve right now. So I'm going out and have a beer. Okay, not yet.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Thursday. In Washington, the House passed new gun control legislation. The Protecting Our Kids Act was passed along party lines.
Right.
It would raise the minimum age to buy certain...
And that's going to stop people from getting a gun. These two kids are 14 years old. Got a gun.
But a bipartisan group of senators
I blame him for shooting the dog.
find common ground. The U.S. Attorney General is now investigating state and local...
I don't blame him for shooting the dog, though. Don't get me wrong.
In Uvalde, Texas. A team team of 9 will include members of the Department of Justice, an FBI official, and former police chiefs. Police say an 18-year-old gunman killed 19.
I'll check and see on that grass.
Teachers